Hook you up with tickets to the Carolina Vegas game. The Sin City Skateaway starts Monday only on 99.9 The Fan.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in North Carolina. TNC Supply in-app only.
It's Bo time. Fumble in the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
To some, a baby's babbling doesn't mean much, but it does. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Are you in charge of running the building maintenance plays at your workplace? If you're facing roofing issues, you gotta get RoofWorks into the game. Hi, this is Holly with RoofWorks. You can count on us to be your MVP when it comes to taking care of your commercial building roof. We handle leaky roof repair, coatings, total replacements, upfits, and we even do commercial gutters. Let us show you what a valuable addition we are to your building maintenance team. Contact us today online at roofworks.com. That's roof, WERKS.com.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Highs in the upper 80s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies for much of the afternoon, but we'll cloud up this evening with a chance of a few isolated thunderstorms. 67 overnight. Tomorrow's a drier day, but hotter with a high of 91.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb and Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 3 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones up 299 points to 45,570. Market update brought to you by Allen Tate. Whether you're buying or selling, you want the best real estate agent, and that is Howard Hanna Allen Tate. Is the Carolina's #1 real estate company for a reason. Call a Howard Hanna Allen Tate agent today. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes down to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Bailey 2nd and 10. Rifles in right seam in stride. Grimes has it. 5 touchdown. 48 yards. There's a laser from C.J. Bailey.
Moore running left, cuts inside across the 25. Angles right. Moore is loose. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Jacquez Moore takes it home.
Lopez in the pistol with Hood behind him. He will hand to him. Hood right side. Slithers through and powers home. Touchdown, Carolina.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. I'm Tim Donnelly, Dennis Cox producing the show. If you hear a little extra chipper in my voice, this is the last first of football season. First NFL game today. We had the first week 0 game for college. We had the openings of training camp. We had the first preseason game. We had the first real college football weekend, week 1. Now we have our last first. NFL starts tonight. Yes, I'm excited. And that's also where we're going to start the Big 3 at 3.
Number 1.
NFL starts today, everybody. It starts today.
You made it. You made it since February, folks.
You have another 5 hours to get your fantasy draft done if you need to. Another 5 hours to get your futures picks in if you want them locked in prior to the opener tonight. You have 5 hours to get your affairs in order. Tell your friends that you normally hang out with on Sundays that you're busy. That's what you need to do, okay? It's what you need to do. It is Dallas at Philadelphia tonight. Philadelphia defending Super Bowl champs. You got to give respect where it's due. They won the whole thing. Is there a Super Bowl hangover? Stick around to find out. Dallas, is there a Micah Parsons trade hangover? Like, how does that work? Are they in a perpetual hangover from their 3 Super Bowls in the early 90s that hasn't quite worn off yet? Well, actually, let's do the math. Jerry Jones was in his 50s when those won. He's 82 now, I think. So 30 some odd years ago. Is that what we're looking
turn
at?
83 in October.
So I guess, right, I'm in my 30s. Hangovers already last a little longer than they used to. I guess when you're in your 50s, they last till you're 80 if it's a Super Bowl hangover, because Jerry Jones and Dallas are still fighting it. Their head's still pounding. It is, listen, the NFL, the best part about right now is what everybody says, right? Everybody's 0-0. Everybody's optimistic. Everybody can shock the world. I don't even know if he said this on air, but Adam Gold, we just switched over, right? We switched studios, 99.9 The Fan, the Adam Gold Show. We follow it right up. So as he's walking out, I'm getting set up. And he said, am I crazy for thinking the Giants might be good? And my response was yes. But there's one crazy pick that works every year in the NFL, right? There's no way that's going to – oh, it worked. Like every single year. So even if you're bad and it looks like you're going to be bad and you had a bad offseason and things didn't go your way, there's still somebody like me saying, yeah, but one crazy bad decision works every year. That might be you. Unless you're the Saints. But that's a different story. Had to get the shot across the NFC South. We'll talk about tonight. We'll make picks and everything. We will put on wax, meaning we will put it on record. We will record it on today's show, put it on the podcast, put it on YouTube. Basically, we'll have proof that we said it. All of our predictions for this NFL season, MVP, Super Bowl champ, all those coach of the year, all of those sort of things. That way we can either brag about them or be embarrassed by them later on. So stick around for that later in the show. And if you have picks, we're talking the big NFL awards, you can always send them into our YouTube live stream comments. 99.9 The Fan on YouTube. Head in there if you think it's, this is the year Drake London explodes, Offensive Player of the Year. I don't know. If that's your take, we'll hear it, and we'll put it recorded so you can brag about it if it's right. That's number 1 in the Big 3 at 3. Let's hit number 2.
Number 2.
By the way, I believe we have that game here on 99.9 The Fan.
We
correct?
do tonight.
So that is tonight. We have the Cowboys and Eagles. Last night, we had Wolfpack Weekly.
We did.
Featuring Dave Doran, the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack. And he had some things to say about people in our profession, Dennis. He had some things to say about people in the media. Here's Dave Doran on Wolfpack Weekly.
It's a long season, man, and like I said in our press conference, and I told the team this, like if you just go back through the last 10 years, somebody in the national championship game is not undefeated. Somebody's in there. Ohio State was one of them last year, and they lost to Oregon during the season. You don't have to be perfect to get there, and week 1 certainly doesn't decide the outcome of your season. But that's what people do now. They like to get on these negative wagons and throw mud at everybody. And I know there's a lot being thrown at me all the time, and that's great. I like being dirty, so it's about winning, man. And you find a way to win, and you find a way to get better. And that's it. You find a way to win, and you find a way to get better. And our goal is to be 2-0.
Oh, negative wagons. That's what the media likes to get on. Negative wagons. I have a lot of thoughts here. Beginning with this, he just gave up the high ground. He can no longer, as coaches often do, say they don't hear the noise. Because if you're talking about media trends, they often do. That means you didn't just happen to, walk by a coffee shop and they were playing something over the speakers. If you're noticing trends, you're hearing the noise. So now you no longer have that disguise. You no longer have that escape hatch. You forfeit that high ground. You hear us, and by us I mean media at large.
It's not just media that's coming after him too, by the way.
True.
Yeah, trust me. Plenty of NC State fans are also going after him.
He would never attack the fans.
That's true.
Because that's his Wolfpack Nation. I'll put it this way. And this is coming from the inside. I feel like I'm allowed to say this. In many scenarios, the media deserves a lot of blame. For Arch Manning's hype, I think the media deserves a lot of blame. For I saw today, and I don't know the context, so this might be unfair. I saw somebody say that, and by somebody I know who it was, but it was on ESPN national television. And
then say it.
But there's context to it. And they said that it was Dan Orlovsky, the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady of today is Sirianni and Hurts. Now, the context was there was also like demeanor parts of it, like they're super serious, but also obviously anytime you bring up those two, the success was part of it. Mahomes and Andy Reid exist, right? There are things that the media needs to be called out for. You can't blame them for saying the truth, okay? That is, like in a entertainment business, like both college sports and professional sports are, if you go out there and do negative things and then they're talked about as if those negative things were negative, that's not our fault. Right? If you go out there and turn the ball over, if you go out there and have dumb penalties, if you go out there and miss kicks, if you go out there and take a 17-0 lead and turn it into you're grasping and holding on for dear life as a group of 5 opponent has the ball 1st and 10 at the 18 with 2 minutes left going in to potentially tie or win the game, you can't turn around and go, oh, you like to do your negative stuff. It's like, well, while some do trade in the negative, okay? Some media people do. I'm not denying that. Some maybe would say, you like to do the negative and you make us talk about it. Like, you like to not put your foot on the gas when you need to, or slam the door, put your hand on the throat, whatever it is. You like to not do that, and you make us be negative. So it's one of those mirror things, right? Before you yell at us, check in the mirror, see if you're not an equal participant in it. That's number 2 in the Big 3 at 3. Let's hit number 3.
Number 3.
So NIL is going to ruin college football, right? That's what they told us, Dennis?
That's what I heard.
Oh, these players, they're not playing for the right reasons anymore. They're not playing for the colors, the team colors. They're not playing for the alma mater. There's no loyalty anymore. I've been asking the same question. How many? It's been, 5-6 years now since the NIL and transfer portal really started taking over.
It was 2021.
Okay, so a little less.
Yeah, about. I think it's like basically the 5th season of college sports we've had it.
I've been asking the same question over and over again. No one's given me a good answer. How does it change your experience? Right? How does it change your Saturday that the quarterback gets to drive home in a nicer car to a nicer apartment? How does it change your college basketball watching experience that Seth Trimble owns the Baskin-Robbins in Chapel Hill? How does it change your experience? Or are you just complaining to complain? And I've by the way, that's a genuine question. I'm looking for the answer. What does it change for you? Turns out the only thing that it might have changed is it made it more entertaining. I have 2 pieces of information here for you, both reported by ESPN. ESPN has reported that the NIL approval process that they need to go through, any NIL endorsement more than $600 has to be put through a fair market evaluation third-party check.
Like the College Sports Commission or something like that, yeah.
More than 8,300 NIL deals worth $80 million nearly have been approved by the new commission. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of NIL deals. It's a lot of money. So you may say, with all that money going to players, that's it, right? You've jumped off the cliff. Nobody's going to watch college sports anymore. Might as well just watch pro. Well, the first week of college football says, to quote Lee Corso, the great, "Not so fast, my friend." A lot of quotes that I could have said that I couldn't say on radio, but "not so fast, my friend" is one of the famous. Unprecedented weekend for college football, according to ESPN's Flora Kelly. More than 20 billion, that's billion with a B, minutes watched of live games and pregame shows were up 44% year over year. The first regular season week on record with 4 different games hitting 10 million viewers or more. College Game Day, which was the goodbye to Lee Corso, the most watched episode of all time, the final 15 minutes with Corso's final headgear pick, more than 9 million viewers across all channels, and an additional 17 million video views on social. ESPN PR just looked at ESPN. They tweeted, ESPN College Football delivered its biggest week 1 on record. 3 games with 10-plus million viewers, 8.6 million average viewers across ABC. That's 4 games, 4 million average across all ESPN networks. That's huge. So not only are players getting paid, the revenue share is kicking in, but not only are people not leaving, more are watching for longer periods of time. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it hasn't affected the product negatively at all. Just tell me how it affects your experience, and I'll listen. Nobody's been able to answer that question.
By the way, those 3 10-plus million views on
The
ABC
ESPN?
games featured
on
ACC schools.
Take that!
Miami, Notre Dame, Alabama, Florida State, LSU, Clemson.
I'd say they featured 3.5 ACC games.
Yeah.
I'm still bullying Notre Dame as much as I can. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, Dennis Cox has something for you.
Hey, folks, Dennis Cox here from my good friends over at Law Tigers. So one of the things I love about this time of year is being able to get out, obviously, on the highways and get out on the road and just ride my motorcycle, especially in the fall time of year. Getting out to the western part of the state, maybe. Ride around, enjoy the foliage and everything that the great state of North Carolina has to offer. But as a rider, and also even as a driver as well, be cautious out there because there's a lot of distracted drivers out there. People want to stop and enjoy the scenery. They float a little bit outside of their lane. Before you know it, they're in yours. They might slow down or speed up too much, not realizing really what's around them. So be cautious. Give yourself plenty of safe distance between the person in front of you. And if you need to, just pull over to the side and make sure you're safe before you continue on. Accidents, unfortunately, can happen, and accidents, unfortunately, do happen. This is where Law Tigers steps in. Law Tigers, give them a call if you're injured in a motorcycle accident at 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. Your case evaluation with Law Tigers is always free, and you don't have to pay a dime until your case settles. And Law Tigers attorneys are part of the motorcycle riding community, so they know what your bike and your gear are worth, but most importantly, they understand what you're going through after an accident. Again, your case evaluation is always free with Law Tigers. So give them a call if you're injured in a motorcycle accident, 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, even before you contact your insurance company. 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, has a message for the North Carolina Tar Heels football program. You've gotten exactly what you asked for. Is it how you all saw it breaking down? Is this what you wanted? Are you not entertained? Stick around.
Son, do you know what time it is?
Your father and I were waiting all night for you to come home.
I'm sorry. So we could tell you that you're eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union. Wait, what?
Since your dad's a veteran, our whole family can join and get exclusive savings, discounts, and award-winning service.
Thank you. Now go to your room and think about what we said.
All veterans and their families are eligible. Join today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
What? What? New scratch-offs are out? That means new chances to become a North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club member.
Yeah, in the Winners Club, I'll reinvent myself. I won't go by just plain Todd. I'll go by Toddrick. I'll get a gold jacket, play my saxophone again. I'll stop and smell the flowers, call my mom more.
Ugh, wrap it up, Todd.
It's Toddrick.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $78 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.76 to 4.98. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Can't you let a man enjoy his retirement?
He's not retired,
Can't the
though.
man just go to North Carolina? He dealt with New England Winters for 20 years. Can't he just go down there?
He's saying we're moving on
Have
to
a good
Charlotte.
time with his girlfriend?
It's game time.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. That was stand-up comedy superstar Bill Burr on with Rich Eisen talking about Bill Belichick. To which I say to Carolina and the powers that be at Carolina that hired Bill Belichick. You wanted attention? You wanted spotlight? You wanted eyeballs? You wanted magnetism? You wanted to be the center of the college sports universe? Orders up. You got it. Here it is. Is that what you thought it was going to be? Was that as awesome as you thought it was going to be? There is a, and it's a sports phenomena. I think they do a better job of it in business. So maybe there was somebody in the room raising their hand saying, "Hey guys, we should think about it this way." But in sports, and I think it's because everybody's very confident. Everybody's very ego-driven. Everybody feels like you can work hard enough to eliminate the risk, because that's what sports teaches you, right? If you work hard enough, if you train hard enough, if you go all out in the offseason, anything is possible. We all watch Rudy, right? When they were hiring Bill Belichick, I think there was a lot of optimism. This could change everything. We could win at a high level. The guy's got Super Bowls. Every recruit in the country is going to want to play for him. And there may have even been some conversations about, it could also not go that well, right? We might not win a lot year one. We might not come out the gates guns blazing, because he's going to have to change a lot, and there's going to be a learning curve. Did anyone's imagination go far enough to say, you know what, by Wednesday after our Monday opener, Bill Burr could be doing 4 minutes of stand-up about how bad we were on national television? Do you think anyone's imagination went that far? We're going to become such a phenomena, such a epicenter of college football, that if we lose 48-14 in week one of the sharpest, quickest, most diabolical roasters on the planet is going to kind of defend our coach while throwing the school under the bus? You could easily imagine, if Bill Belichick takes over, Michael Jordan is going to be in the suite, and Aaron Boone's going to be walking on the sideline, and Mia Hamm and Julius Peppers, and ESPN's going to put on a special Monday Night Football pro broadcast of college, because you can imagine that, and it's so crystal clear. Do you think the ghost of Christmas past showed up at any point in time to go, or let me show you what else could happen? You could lose 48-14 in the first game, and on Wednesday, Bill Burr will be on Rich Eisen saying this.
What'd you think of Bill Belichick's first game as head coach of North Carolina?
What'd you think of Joe Namath on the Rams? What'd you think of Johnny Unitas on the Chargers? What happened to that guy? What do you think of Lewis Hamilton driving a Ford Pinto in a Dude, since when is the University of North Carolina even in the conversation of a college football powerhouse?
Not at all.
Exactly.
And still not right now.
Exactly. He's driving a mid-sized car, and he's going to try to, he's got some curb finders on it. Can he have more than one game? Oh, look at that. Look at the look, that look on his face. Like, you guys, all this says to me is how much it bothered you that for 20 years, you couldn't even enjoy the greatest NFL head coach of all time. Did you see him lose the first game?
No,
that is not how you draw it up for UNC. And do you know what the irony is? because you hired Bill Belichick, and Boston fans like Bill Burr are so diehard Bill Belichick defenders, they will throw North Carolina under the bus in order to preserve Bill Belichick.
Oh, I sat next to Boston media in the press box of the game on Monday.
This is all, well, North Carolina's never been good. We know Bill is a great coach. This is North Carolina's fault, is essentially what Bill Burr said with much more clever wording and better comedic timing. That's not how you drew it up. That's not how you drew it up at all. And now, as we talked about yesterday, you have to trust Bill Belichick to fix it and fix it quick, because every time that is if all the attention is pointed at North Carolina, every time those spotlights, every time those eyeballs find something like that, it's actually becoming more difficult. Right? It's becoming more difficult. Nobody wants to raise money for a laughingstock. No booster wants to be like, yeah, I gave a whole bunch of money to Bill, and all that happened was he got made fun of on national television a bunch. Or we did to save him. So now Bill Belichick has to fix it. And a piece of news came out today. Dennis, I don't even know if you saw this. I learned this right before the show.
Go on.
John Middlecoff was the first to report, although it's been confirmed by other journalists, but, take it for what it is, that Bill Belichick is banning Patriots scouts from UNC practices. Bill Belichick is banning scouts from his former employer at UNC practices.
I actually remember when Pete Thamel, before the game against TCU on Monday, even said that Bill Belichick has been very restrictive to scouts at practice. I mean, I didn't realize it was specifically Patriots, but just in general, NFL scouts.
This brings me back to what I was saying yesterday. Bill Belichick undoubtedly, and should be, is being very critical watching film and implementing changes and trying to fix things from what took place on Monday. That's what coaches should be doing. Right after a loss, especially on a short week, you have to get right to the point. You have to be very blunt. You have to fix it. You have to move on. And players will accept that. They should. But it's much easier to accept that if you think the person telling you those harsh truths has nothing but your best interest at heart. And guess what every single player on that UNC football team dreams of? Playing in the NFL. Now imagine if the coach goes, there's 32 NFL teams. That's not many. 32 NFL teams. And we're going to limit that to 31 that can watch you make your case at practice because I have a personal grudge. Does that sound like something where a player is going to go, oh, he definitely has my best interest at heart? When he criticizes me, when he tells me something to fix, he's definitely thinking about me. There's no way that's what's best for the team. I can't find anything that's best for the team, best for the players, best for anything as far as limiting one specific team. If you banned all scouts, then we could talk about it, right? Maybe you thought the players were, playing too much to the scouts, and it was too me. Look at me, I'm trying to play in the league. Like, you're not being sound schematically because you want to go make a highlight play in front of the scouts. If you banned all scouts, we could talk about it. Banning one specific team that you have a history with, I don't know if you have the relationship with the players yet. If you and the players have been in some foxholes, if you love and depend on each other and you know how you react to everything, and you went to the players honestly and say, hey, listen, I need a favor from y'all. I need to win this breakup with my old boss. I need y'all to sacrifice a little bit so I can get the last word. Then it might be a rallying cry, right? Then players are, okay, that's our guy. But you need a relationship for that. Because all I hear right now is a lot of jokes being made about UNC. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but 19 to 23-year-old young men, they don't do the best with getting made fun of. And they're not the most mature in how they react to it. So if you're on UNC and all you're hearing is your team and your coach and your school being made fun of, being joked about, you see the memes, you see the Photoshops, you see the AI pictures made to make your coach and your team the butt of the joke. You hear Bill Burr up there saying that North Carolina's never been this, never been that. When you hear all of that, I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if, 20, 21-year-old, 22-year-old dudes don't react to being the butt of national jokes in the way that we all hope they would. It's a tough week for UNC. You hope they get mad and take it out on Charlotte later this week on the road up there in the other part of the state. But we'll have to wait to find out on Saturday. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, Tim Donnelly here for Mainer Service Company. Speaking of moments where you'd like to think you'd react better than maybe you would. If you're like me, when something breaks in your house, you're probably not proud of like the next 10 words that come out of your mouth, right? If it's hot outside, you come in, your air conditioner's broke. If you come home from a long day at work, you go to your refrigerator, you go to flip on a light switch in your kitchen to make some food, and your electricity's out or something's on the fritz, the electricity stopped going to your fridge, so all the food you were looking forward to all day isn't cold, it's ruined. Those next 10 words, all right, you get those, right? Be lenient with yourself. Just, don't say them around the kids. The next 3 words you should say, where's my phone? Because then you have to go ahead and call Mainer Service Company. They will come out with great customer service, extremely well-trained technicians, knowledgeable technicians that can work on darn near any piece of equipment. So whether you had, your heater put in 1970 something, or you got the newest, latest model you could be run from your phone, where you can blink and it gets warmer. I don't know what the newest models do, but they are trained on all of it, right? Very, very versatile technicians, and that's for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical work. Mainer Service Company does it all. So once you get those 10 words of frustration out, then you go to your phone and you find this number, 919-361-0993. That's 919-361-0993 for Mainer Service Company. You can also visit them online, MainerServices.com. That's MAYNOR Services.com. We're going to take a break here on 99.9 The Fan, but when we come back, we have the Dean's List. And for the second straight day, we have to have a jerseys conversation. I'll tell you what, next.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Discover the value of exceptional skincare during the open house at Central Dermatology Center in Chapel Hill, Friday, September 12th from 9 to 5. Tour our newly renovated facility and enjoy open house savings to stock up on exclusive products and treatments like Botox and laser hair removal. Meet our expert team for quick consultations, chat with product reps, try samples, enjoy free refreshments, gift bags, and more. Plus, special bundle purchases support the Orange County Rape Crisis Center. We'll see you at 2238 Nelson Highway, Suite 300.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Week 1 is here, and FanDuel's making it even better with a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets every game day. Here's how it works. Opt in, place an anytime touchdown bet on any primetime Week 1 NFL game, including tonight's Dallas game in Philadelphia, using your profit boost. And if the player you pick scores either the first or the last touchdown of the game, you earn a share of $2 million in bonus bets. FanDuel.com/Adam Gold. Let's go. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus is issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Bailey uncorks one, far side of the field, on a line, leaping grab, Hoffman makes it in ECU territory. Far side of the field at the 30, what a debut for Teddy Hoffman.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Teddy Hoffman was pretty awesome in his debut for the NC State Wolfpack against ECU. Did you know there was a stretch in the second quarter, I think it was? I know it's first half, where Teddy Hoffman had catches on 4 straight plays.
Y'all on the same drive.
That's absurd. Matter of fact, he wasn't going to be, but I'm putting him on the Dean's list. Teddy Hoffman, freshman wide receiver, NC State. We talked about this on Pack Therapy, the podcast, which, by the way, check out. Latest episode out everywhere podcasts can be found. Myself, Mike Glennon, former NC State quarterback. We host Pack Therapy. Breaking down the ECU game, one of the things that we found most – shocking is the wrong word, but notable. Teddy Hoffman caught 4 straight passes in the first half of his first game in college. That is an unbelievable amount of trust earned. Most freshmen are given, the 5% of trust. And if they do well with that, they get 10%. And maybe by the end of the first game, they have 25% trust. 4 straight plays. Normally when a guy makes his first or second or third catch, they immediately get tapped out. Veteran goes in. Wide receiver coach goes over, gives him a tap on the helmet. Nice catch. Good job. Lock back in. For Teddy Hoffman, they said, actually, after 3 consecutive catches, we need you to catch this toe-tapping over-the-shoulder third down conversion with your quarterback on the run and him getting hit as he let it go. Credit to him. Now that I have sufficiently hyped up NC State fans, also on the Dean's list, recent transfers out from NC State. Do you see what Casey Concepcion did this weekend, Dennis?
I did not.
He returned a kick 80 yards for a touchdown.
Nice.
And had 3 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown for Texas A&M. He obviously a wide receiver for State last year, transferred out, cashed out in the portal to Texas A&M. Do you see what Bishop Fitzgerald did this weekend?
I did not.
Probably not, because USC, Southern Cal, was playing like
when I was asleep.
Monthouse State or something.
Yeah.
But still, Bishop Fitzgerald was PFF College, Pro Football Focus College, highest graded safety from week 1. Had a PBU, a tackle, and an interception for USC in what ended up being, I think, a 60-point win. But the guys that transferred out of state obviously having a good little run, which is probably bittersweet for NC State fans. But just remember this. Their coaches can say we developed that guy. So in recruiting, when you're trying to turn guys into stars, you can go, yeah, you know what? Our wide receiver room turned in Casey Concepcion. If he gets drafted first round, remember, he wasn't a 5-star when State found him. Could be good for recruiting. Oh, and another former State receiver makes the Dean's list. Jacoby Myers. I'm fascinated by how matter-of-fact Jacoby Myers is. So Jacoby Myers, former NC State wide receiver, undrafted, caught on with the Patriots, eventually cashed in, I think it was a 3-year, $30-something million deal with the Raiders. He's going into the last year of his deal. Raiders have a lot of mouths to feed. At the time, they had more. Amari Cooper was just being signed. He retired today, but that's not the point here.
Wait, Amari Cooper retired today?
He retired today,
Even though he just signed 2 weeks ago?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Jacoby Myers is on the Raiders. A couple weeks ago, there was a trade request, right? And it was big news. He requested a trade and all these things. Now he's just on the team and he's getting ready for week 1, and he was asked about it by the media. And I have a quote here. I asked, they said no. That's where that stopped. I'll keep doing my job until something shakes out either way. I respect the heck out of it. Just the business nature of it. And like I realized I wasn't the one with all the leverage. I went in, I made a request. They said no. I'm going to be professional about it and go do my job. So often once a trade request, he's not going James Harden. He's not showing up out of shape, intentionally messing up, saying dumb things in the media, so they have to trade him or else he's going to sabotage them from the inside. No, he's just like, yeah, I asked. They gave me some good reasons. They said no, and I'm sticking. I just like the professionalism of it. You ready for some Jersey talk, Dennis?
Go on.
Dean's List, Wake Forest football.
All right.
Because it's going to look like they're playing in the NFL against the Cardinals on Sunday. Go look up the Saints jerseys. The Saints revealed their jerseys for this week. The New Orleans Saints, right? The divisional rival of the Carolina Panthers. I saw it, and my first thought was, oh, sweet. Wake Forest put out their jerseys for this week. And then I read the caption and went, wait, that's Cam Jordan of the Saints. Are you finding it?
Looking it up here. Let's see if I can find it.
I'll
those.
Don't they look like Wake Forest?
Yeah, they 100% look like Wake Forest.
That's a compliment. And also, you can pretend when you're watching on Sunday that it's you. I remember the Colts did that with Duke a couple years ago. They had some alternate uniform, and I was like, that's not an alternate uniform, that's Duke. It's I guess a compliment to your design team that they're just doing the same thing you do. Think you were their vision board?
Maybe.
They walked in and said, we want something like this, and they showed 2017 Wake Forest uniforms. They're like, we can do exactly that. Week 1, Saints Cardinals. We'll make it happen. Do you have a Dean's List? I have one more if you don't.
I don't, actually.
All right, perfect. Texas, Clemson, and Notre Dame's PR department. Whoever the publicist is or their branding for Texas, Clemson, and Notre Dame, they all lost week 1. So their record is 0-1. Another way to say it is they're winless. Another way to say it is they have no good wins. Another way to say it is they're defeated. They're not undefeated, they're defeated. They're still in the AP top 10. How good is your publicist? You're out there slinging losses as if they're wins, and you're being ranked 7th in the country, 8th in the country, 9th in the country. There are a bunch of teams that won games handily. Good teams. And somehow the branding group for Texas, Clemson, and Notre Dame, and yeah, I understand you won, we lost, I hear you. Texas is going, our quarterback has been the butt of every joke. Clemson's going, our own coach is calling our quarterback bad. And I'm only kind of paraphrasing there. Dabo Sweeney lit up Cade Klubnik in the postgame. Yeah, we'll settle for 8th in the AP top 10. Act like they're doing us a favor. I wish I could lose something that publicly and still be seen as one of the best in the country. In college football, by the way, which year over year changes more now than ever. It's crazy. I'm fine if week 10, the 7th team in the country plays the 5th team in the country and the 7th team loses by 2 on a field goal if they stay, because then they've proven they're the 5th and the 7th best team in the country, right? And the 7th should lose close to the 5th. But week 1, no one's proven anything. Alabama's still in the top 25. Alabama needs to be unranked. They got smoked by Florida State, who was unranked. That's it for the Dean's List. Here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, Tim Donnelly here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because game on, everybody. Week 1 starts now. It starts today, and it can start with you. When every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football, everybody. It's first touchdown fireworks. It's anytime touchdown rushes. It's live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. If you're looking at the touchdown scoring odds for tonight's game, the season opener, I've said this a few times, but I'm fascinated by Will Shipley as an anytime touchdown scorer. Matter of fact, yesterday, I believe the odds were longer, so others might be on this as well. Will Shipley plus 600 anytime touchdown scorer. Not because I think Will Shipley is taking reps away from Saquon on Philly. But hear me out. What if Philly's up by 25 in the fourth quarter? They don't want to give Saquon Barkley all those carries, all those hits. So maybe they roll out the North Carolina native Will Shipley, and he gets a garbage time touchdown, and you get a nice fat payout. If you like that sort of thinking, you might want to check it out on DraftKings Sportsbook. Always remember that lines and odds are subject to change, so if you like it, head over now. New customers, I got something else for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TIMD. That's code TIMD with no spaces to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, get over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-185-543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. Now, the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. We'll welcome on the Heister Automotive Group hotline Jason Logan from Covers.com. He has some of his favorite bets when it comes to the Carolina Panthers for this season up online, Covers.com. We'll ask him about them, get him to explain his thought process. Coming up next.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's bow time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's bow time.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
Struggling with high interest debt? You can pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Get cash out now without touching your low rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Loan Pronto, instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is A+ rated by the BBB and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Their service is off the charts. Call now to start the conversation. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760. Get debt relief now. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender. NMLS 1661781 on approved credit. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Here's the snap, the fake to Boone. Young backpedals, rolling to his right. He can run for it. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. Bryce into the end zone, and Carolina takes the lead. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns today for Bryce Young.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. The NFL season starts today, which means certain NFL futures and everything, you might want to lock them in today, or at least before the weekend starts. So we bring on Jason Logan, Senior Industry Analyst at Covers.com, to help us with some insight into the gambling world, particularly for the Carolina Panthers, for the fans in the area. Jason, thank you for joining us. Look forward to your insight, and we'll start with something from an article you wrote about, or a kind of breakdown of your favorite bets, I guess I should say, on Covers.com about your favorite Panthers bets. One of your favorites is for the Panthers to finish third in the NFC South. It's plus 190. Why is that one of your favorite bets when I think Panther fans would like to be a little bit more optimistic than that?
You are chasing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is gonna, bring the heat on offense. They got to stiffen up on defense, but I think Atlanta is going to be chasing them as well too. Atlanta is definitely looking to upgrade their defense. And then you just got to be better than New Orleans. And right now, I think most, probably 31 teams are probably better than New Orleans right now. So that's kind of where I had them pegged. There's still a lot to love, still a lot of work to do with this defense for Carolina. They were able to invest, get some bodies back from last year that weren't healthy. But it's a long way to go, especially when you're starting from the bottom as a historically bad defense last year. But I do have some optimism for Bryce Young and this offense, specifically this running game. So I think they, maybe they threaten for second place, but I think they're set for third, which was around plus 190, not a bad return.
Yeah, okay. If you're optimistic for Bryce Young, that does explain one of your other favorite bets. You listed over 3,224.5, so right around 3,225 over that for pass yards as the best Bryce Young prop heading into the season. But I will say the article does reference Adam Thielen, so it looks like it was written and posted a little bit before the Thielen trade and before the Coker injury. Are you still on that as a positive for Bryce?
I am, just because of game script. I mean, losing Thielen, but now they get to plug in Hunter Renfrow, another squirrely kind of slot guy. I don't think it changes too much. I mean, there's still significant underdogs in a lot of games. As mentioned, their defense not going to be great. They're going to have to score a lot of points. They're going to be playing from behind, and that's a game script that lends itself to them passing a lot. And if Bryce Young can kind of pick up where he left off last year, the second half of the season, he was among the top quarterbacks in the league, and all those fancy, nerdy analytics, the EPA, the CPOE, all of those things that are supposed to really grade these quarterbacks. He was among some of the elite names in passing. So if he can continue to grow and continue to pick up under this offense, I do like him to throw for more than 3,224.5 passing yards.
Jason Logan, Senior Industry Analyst, Covers.com, joining us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. For the same reason, am I foolish to like Tetairoa McMillan as Offensive Rookie of the Year as a future, with so much money going on Genty and Ward, but the volume perhaps being right there sitting for Tetairoa McMillan? Do you like where my head's at?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get his looks. It basically gets plugged in as the wide receiver one in this, and he's a big guy, 6'5", can get out there, excellent red zone target. You just want to toss those jump balls to him. So definitely going to show, he has all everything on paper that looks good. And like I said, this is a team that's going to be throwing a lot. He's got a chance at it. And but again, too, I also think like Carolina, not the biggest market, maybe not all the eyeballs on him, but definitely a sleeper out there if you like those Rookie of the Year odds.
Is there anything? I like people that study, like when my buddy calls me and says this line doesn't make sense, and we try to figure out what the sports books know that we don't. It's kind of an exercise. Is there anything that surprises you about the way the books or the way the public is treating the Panthers going into this season?
The totals look a little low to me. So when the schedule release, there's a few sports books that will release odds on every single game, week 1 to week 18. And looking at some of the totals for Carolina, a lot of their numbers were not super high, a low of 43.5, a high of 47.5, a lot of totals hanging around 45 to 46 points. This is a team that finished as the top over team last year, 13-4 over under. That run at the end of the season, they went 7-2 ATS. They also went 7-2 over under, and it kind of lends itself to what I've been saying. Bad defense, improved offense. I think there's some real over value with this team as long as they can pick up where they left off last week. And I think that holds value too with week one going against Jacksonville, who's another team that I'm pegged for an over. This is a team that is hoping for a lot up front in terms of their pass rush, but they've having to give up a lot of points. But they really invested in Trevor Lawrence and trying to get him to that hype status. And also, brought in a flashy rookie receiver and put a lot of weapons around him too. So I'm surprised that the over or the total for this week one game at Jacksonville was still around 46.5.
All right, little gambling emotions here. If somebody is out there, big Panther fan, but week one this weekend is interested in an emotional hedge. They want to bet on a player prop or something positive for the Jags. So if it happens, at least we're getting paid out of it in our sorrows. What do you like from Jacksonville?
You know what? There's a couple bets, but I like them on the Jags. I took the Jags team total over, and I had taken a couple props on Tank Bigsby to score a touchdown, and then a guy I do a podcast with also liked one of the receivers there, Thomas, to get a touchdown. I mean, you could look. I like the Dowdle ad. I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately, and love Rico Dowdle. Couldn't believe they let him walk. This guy is a bit of a firecracker out there, and can definitely make plays on the ground and through the air. Maybe a Rico Dowdle touchdown might be something that you can throw in there. I'm a big fan of Chuba Hubbard as well, but Dowdle might be someone to take a look at. He's a pretty versatile back and someone that may be under the radar because he was running behind some good running backs, running behind Tony Pollard there in Dallas for a couple of years.
Then I'll pass some advice to you. If you're looking for a little bit of an emotional hedge, throw a couple dollars on Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. So at least if it happens, you're getting paid out, right? Because that would be, I imagine, as a Cowboys fan, not that fun. I will go to your team, Dallas Philly tonight. If we just want to make it interesting for ourselves, where should we be looking to put our money down?
So I got in on this one early in the spring. So I got a great number. I first bet of my football portfolio was Eagles -6.5 before the line moved, and we saw it go to 7 in the middle of all the Parsons drama and 7.5 after the trade. But I still think there's value with the over. Dallas is going to have to throw the football here. They add George Pickens to a talented passing offense. Dak Prescott, when healthy, is one of the best passers out there, and CeeDee Lamb is one of the top wide receivers. So now he gets a little less attention with Pickens out there, being able to spread it around. So I think the over has some legs in this one. The weather's not going to be that great. There's going to be some rain out there. But one guy that I did look for this one was Eagles receiver Devonta Smith. I liked his over on longest reception, 21.5, and I also liked him to score a touchdown. Matt Eberflus is now the third defensive coordinator for the Cowboys in 3 years here. This is a guy that plays a lot more zone than the Cowboys are used to, and Devonta Smith ranks out as one of the best wide receivers versus zone. So I think he's going to have a pretty solid day against the Cowboys in this one. A lot of attention being thrown on A.J. Brown, and not all the corners are healthy for the Dallas Cowboys right now. So I think Smith is going to get some one-on-ones that he can exploit.
Jason Logan, Senior Industry Analyst, Covers.com. Jason, before we let you go, we're making all of our big season-long predictions later in the show. So just for one more piece of information to throw into our algorithms, who do you have as the Super Bowl matchup and winner?
I'm going to say Baltimore, Philly. Baltimore wins.
Okay.
Lamar finally gets his. Great two-way teams.
I like it. All right. I mean, they're two of the, like I'm sure you know, two of the betting favorites, but Baltimore getting it done would be I think pretty cool for Lamar and that whole crew. Jason,
absolutely.
We appreciate you, and hopefully we're able to do this again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Thanks so much, and good luck this week.
Once again, that's Jason Logan, Senior Industry Analyst, Covers.com, bringing us some insight into the betting world. Just to kind of recap that real quickly for those of you that maybe were trying to remember bets or scribbled them down. His favorite bets were Panthers to finish exactly third in the in the NFC South. That was
plausible.
Plus 190. Definitely plausible.
For sure.
Might not be the most fun bet if you're a Panthers fan to be rooting for third, but you can make some money off it. He had Bryce Young over 3,224.5 yards. Over that passing yards on the season.
He better be.
Did you break it down? Maybe he misses a couple with injury or something. He didn't hate my Tetairoa McMillan as a sleeper offensive rookie of the year pick, although he didn't sound excited about it. And then for Dallas and Philly, or like Tank Bigsby as a touchdown scorer for Jacksonville if you're looking to emotionally hedge, and the over on the team total for Jacksonville if you're looking to emotionally hedge in game one for the Panthers. And tonight there was a Rico Dowdle touchdown scorer he liked. He liked Devontae Smith over on longest reception and as a touchdown scorer. A few other things there. And his Super Bowl matchup was Baltimore-Philly, with Baltimore winning the whole thing. And Lamar getting that metaphorical weight off his shoulders.
You know, one of our listeners actually in our YouTube live chat at the beginning of the show said Baltimore over Philadelphia in the Super Bowl.
All right. If one more person says it, I can't bet it. I get nervous when too many people start saying the same thing. I'm
That's
like,
fair.
Large groups of people are just so often wrong, right? Got to go off the beaten path. But it's obviously, Baltimore, Philly, very plausible. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox has something he'd like to tell you.
Hey, folks, Dennis Cox here with my friends over at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. We just talked a lot of numbers, right? You heard a lot of numbers. Well, here's a number. Here's a real one. 30 pounds. 30 pounds lost in just over a month thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center. And that's me. I've lost those 30 pounds. We're talking about numbers and losing right now. This is actually the number that you want to lose. It's the weight off your body. Again, I'm down 30 pounds thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center, and it's just the start. There's still obviously a ways to go. And the thing that makes Raleigh Weight Loss Center so different than so many of these other fad diets and other things that you see, not only do they want you to lose the weight, but they also want you to maintain that goal weight. So many of these fad diets they call them yo-yos. You're constantly up and down with your weight. You lose a bunch of weight, you put it back on. You lose a bunch of weight, you put it back on. And nothing's really sustained. They want you to lose that goal, get to that goal weight, but also they want you to maintain it as well long term. No shots, no injections, no steroids, no HGH, just resetting and restarting your metabolism so it can do its natural thing. Don't wait any longer, folks. And obviously, losing weight is just obviously the main thing. But from personal experience, my clothes are fitting better. I'm sleeping a lot better. My resting heart rate, all these other things about my life have improved thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com now or give them a call, 919-897-7506. Again, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com to get started. Results may vary.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, looks towards football season, which starts tonight for the NFL. This weekend for the Panthers, how many carries is too many for Chuba Hubbard? Football at 4 coming up.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu? Fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I ordered the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
Get your faves for less. Buy a sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.50 at any size Sprite for $1.49. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in North Carolina. TNC supply in-app only.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it.
That one back, that one going,
gone! Go to RitchieLaw.com.
That's RitchieLaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Highs in the upper 80s this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies for much of the afternoon, but we'll cloud up this evening with a chance of a few isolated thunderstorms. 67 overnight. Tomorrow's a drier day, but hotter with a high of 91.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb and Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 4 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones at the closing bell today up 350 points to 45,621. Market update brought to you by Allen Tate. Ready to sell your home? Trust the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas, Howard Hanna Allen Tate. Let them show you a real estate experience that is different from all others. This hour of the drive is brought to you by Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call Law Tigers at 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. Case evaluations are always free, and you don't pay a dime until your case settles. Law Tigers, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers.
Let's move the chains. Time for football at 4.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. So the NFL season starts tonight with Dallas and Philly. Panthers have to wait till the weekend when they play Jacksonville. But that doesn't mean we have to wait to talk about them. The question we're answering right now is one that came up in the media availabilities for both the offensive coordinator Brad Idzik and the head coach Dave Canales this week, which is very simply, what's the appropriate amount of usage for Chuba Hubbard? Right, when you pay a running back a good amount of money, which they did for Chuba Hubbard, then it becomes a real you got to thread the needle. And what I mean by that is very simply, you want to give him the ball enough that you get your money's worth, right? You don't want to pay a ton of money for a car and keep it in the garage, right? You want to use it. And obviously the money says he's talented, so you want to take advantage of the talent. But then on the same side, you don't want to use it so much that he gets hurt, or he gets worn down, or he's not as effective later in the season, or he's not as effective when you need him later in games. So let's hear from the offensive coordinator, Brad Idzik, a.k.a. Dave Canales' right-hand man, on balancing Chuba's workload this season.
We've seen Rico's tape. We've seen him back that up, in person. Same thing with Trevor. Everybody saw it in the preseason, the way he runs and finishes runs. So I don't think we put a number on it, but you're just you feel blessed to have 3 guys that run the ball the right way. And then you kind of see as the game goes, and you try to make sure that they're all playing fresh. So the benefit from having all 3 is, we don't need to run Chuba dry early. We have 2 good runners with him. So it's a long season. We just like the receiver room question. We know we're going to have all those guys available on a weekly basis. So keeping them fresh and keeping them running full speed, we don't lose a tick when one goes in versus the other. So we're not going to put a number on it right now, but we are going to make sure that all those guys are prepped for all the different carries that we're going to ask them to have.
That's Brad Idzik on what Chuba Hubbard's role will be this year as the lead back in the backfield for the Carolina Panthers. Dave Canales also talked about what to expect from Chuba this season.
I mean, just the consistent nature that he is, I just expect him to run the ball hard like he always does. He's really meticulous in his studying, whether it's in the run game, pass game, protections, all those things, to just continue to lead, be the leader that we expect him to be, and vocally, but also just physically, just being someone that we can count on.
Here's what I think will be the struggle. Everything they said, excellent. Okay? Everything they said is great. The part that is hard, and I actually think this is underrated, one of the biggest challenges for offensive play callers is in the moment recognizing that taking a hit off of Chuba Hubbard is important. In the moment. While also acknowledging that on the play you are about to call, Chuba Hubbard might be the best player to execute it. And this goes for running backs across the league. And I would add running quarterbacks. Right? Let's say there's a 3rd and 4. Okay? And it's not like the 2-minute drill to go win the game, right? 3rd and 4 early in the 3rd quarter, 1-score game. You want to get the first, but if you don't, it's not a death sentence by any stretch. It's really tempting to just put your best running back out there, isn't it? It's really tempting to demand to your running back coach, who may be thinking, we need to protect Chuba a little bit, to just go, no, put Chuba out there. We're running power or whatever, right? We're running the toss, whatever your call is. The big picture, small picture thing gets more and more and more and more and more narrow the further down the hierarchy of power you go, right? The owner should be thinking in decades, right? How do we remain a successful franchise? How do we stay stable in the front office? You should be thinking the biggest picture. The GM has to be thinking, how does this contract impact us next year, right? What would the cap hit be 2 years from now? Can we trade away a pick for next year's draft? Where will our pick be? The head coach has to be thinking season long, right? I need my team to be good enough to win all 4 quarters of the season, right? It used to be 4 games, 4 games, 4 games. They threw another one in there. You put it wherever you want, right? The coach has to be thinking season long. The coordinator gets all the way down to, I need this play to be great. I am a play caller. I want to pick up this first down on this play. And you need to rewind it all the way back up sometimes. Right? If I were, like, when I'm playing video games, right? And I haven't done it since I was, I don't know, in high school. But if I were playing video games, guess what I do? Back in Madden 04, Mike Vick, it was the easiest play, right? Run the quarterback. And when the quarterback got hurt, what did we do? Quit, do not save, start over.
Yeah, start it all over again.
Take out the memory card and put it right back in, and we're rolling. Unplug, right? But you don't have that in real life. But that doesn't mean the best play isn't to sometimes run the quarterback. And you have to actually go to your second best play in order to preserve the health of one of your important players. I actually am of the belief that the thing that would give the Carolina Panthers the best chance to win week 1, if it were you're playing for your life, right? Some football troll, leprechaun, shows up and says, if you don't win this game, everything you love will be taken from you. I might give the ball 40 times to Chuba Hubbard and say, I don't care if he's tired. I don't care if he's worn down. The best thing for this play to win is Chuba Hubbard. Now, obviously, when you have to win week 2 and you got to compete week 3 and you want to be able to win week 17, you're not going to do that, but it's really hard to find the balance. And it's really hard to decide what is the gap between Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle, right? Because Idzik did just talk about how excited he was for everybody in that room, right? Everybody in that running back room. They all have to be ready. But let's be real. They're not, Chuba Hubbard isn't a 9 out of 10 and Rico Dowdle an 8.99 out of 10 and Trevor Etienne an 8.98 out of 10. Like, they're not that close. Nobody is. There's no running back. There's no position group in the NFL where the best player is exactly equal with the second best player. I think it's going to be a point to watch on if Chuba Hubbard, quite frankly, leads the league in carries. Like, I think that's the type of workload that is possible if they decide we're going all out to win most games. And that's no disrespect to Rico Dowdle. I think Rico Dowdle is a very good backup running back, one of the best in the league. But I think, one of the most important parts of that sentence was backup.
I mean, Rico Dowdle did finish 12th in the NFL last year in rushing yards. So it's not like he's incapable. I think the balance, honestly, is somewhere in that 2-to-1 range, like 2 carries / touches for Chuba for every one of Rico Dowdle.
I'd be surprised if Chuba gets 20, 22. I'd be surprised if Dowdle's getting 10 or 11 carries.
I mean, if you want to be that run the ball team that Dave Canales has preached since the moment he got hired. If you're running 65, 70 snaps in a game, you probably want to run the ball somewhere between 30 to 35 times.
I think it would be more 24, 25, 8, and 4 for Etienne or something like that. Like, I think there's a gap between Chuba Hubbard and the rest. And by the way, again, not disrespecting the rest, I'm high on Chuba Hubbard as a runner. I think you can get touches for other guys in the pass game. I know Rico Dowdle is likely a bigger role in the pass game than in the rush game, but for this specific instance, I'm just talking more about the runs, because that's where a lot of the physicality comes in, right? When you're smashing into defensive linemen and linebackers rather than, getting dragged down from behind by corners. Like it's a different level of physicality.
And there are ways to take away some hits from Chuba Hubbard. Like you said, like Dowdle might be more involved in the pass game. Okay, well then guess what? Chuba Hubbard doesn't have to pick up a blitz from coming up the middle. Okay, that's one less hit. If you can take a couple of those away during the course of the year, well, that's 2 more carries you can have a game. If you want to try and manage like total number of hits. I mean, there's different ways they can manage it for sure.
And it's, like I said, it's all decision-making because, I think Bryce Young should thrive off play action this year. I think Chuba Hubbard, it's important he's in the game for a lot of those play actions because that's where you're going to get the biggest reaction from the defense. And does that become another hit, another something, right? If you carry out that fake too well, you're getting tackled and you didn't even get the ball. Like there's a lot of stuff going on there. I would lean towards this. This is the entire conversation led me to this point. I'd worry about week 14 when you get there. I think it is very important that this Carolina Panthers team has success in the first half of the year, has success in the first fourth of the year, has success week 1. Like I think particularly on offense, I think it's important they have tangible results early in the year. And if that takes a high carry number, a high workload for Chuba, you do it and you figure out how to get by week 14 when you get to week 14. Because if that offense struggles and you're trying to pace yourself with certain players, that second half I don't think will matter at all because, things will already be written in stone for the future of that franchise unless you start hot. So if it takes 28 carries for Chuba Hubbard week 1, I won't be mad about it. I'll be saying, all right, can you make it not work that way in the future? But I will not be mad if they get a win and an overused Chuba early in the season because I think it's that important to start hot. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Right now, Tim Donnelly, I want to tell you all about Miller Lending. Talk about starting hot. How about you start off your mortgage with no costs, no fees? Every coach in the world says you got to start hot. You got to come out the tunnel ready to play. The exact opposite happens with most other mortgage lenders, right? You show up, you're like, all right, I'm ready to start hot on my mortgage. I got my first monthly payment already ready. I've got the emergency fund. I have my income. I'm ready to roll. And then they go, well, do you have the big fat check for closing costs and fees? You're like, whoa, we're already down 14-0. What's going on here? That's a big fat check that I was not anticipating starting down at the opening kick here. Well, you go to Gordon Miller and Miller Lending. Doesn't happen. You show up for the opening kick, you show up to sign your mortgage, and there are no closing costs and no third-party fees and no hidden surcharges. None, zip, zero, nada. Zero means zero at Miller Lending. So don't go somewhere else and volunteer to start down 14-0. They got to dig yourself out of that hole. Go to Miller Lending and start hot. I'll give you the number to call right now. They can explain more. 919-447-3377. That's 919-447-3377. You'll be talking to someone locally owned right here in Cary. Or you can give them a search online, millerlending.com. That's millerlending.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 250-2146. We have the ladder challenge coming up. Matter of fact, during this break, I have to run the trophy into the producer's studio because August was a fluke. But the ladder challenge, we'll get to it coming up next.
Move your sports day forward.
Currently built around unicorns like Shohei and studs like Aaron Judge, baseball getting a late-season jolt with Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh. The Carolina native now being talked about in the same breath as Mickey Mantle for a 50-home run season. It also helps his nickname's the Big Dumper. It also helps he looks like the ringer you'd play with in beer league.
Get set up. Join Next Up with Paul Ihander. Mornings at 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hey, it's Paul Ihander for FanDuel. FanDuel is making Week 1 even bigger with a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets every game day. That's right, $2 million. Here's how it works. Opt in and place an anytime TD bet on any primetime Week 1 NFL game, including tonight's matchup, using your profit boost. And if the player you pick scores either the first or the last touchdown of the game, you'll earn a share of $2 million in bonus bets. First touchdown, you're in. Last touchdown, you're in. Both, even better. Just another reason to bet on the NFL with FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/Paul. Download the app today and get started. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Opt-in. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Bailey 2nd and 10. Rifles it right seam in stride. Grimes has it 5. Touchdown. 48 yards. There's a laser from C.J. Bailey right on the mark.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Yeah, so I during the commercial, I took the trophy into the producer's studio, but luckily every month is a chance for it to come on home.
No, it is home. That's the thing.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, well, 7 months to 3.
Agree to disagree.
You've got a field goal. That's
you
fine.
have your feelings. I have my feelings.
You're in your feelings.
It's
is what
still
you are.
very early. You can think whatever you want. I mean, you know, the Falcons thought they won that Super Bowl that one time, and turns out they did not. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to continue with the ladder challenge today. Dennis, how did the opener for September go for you?
It actually started just the way August did. Just like the way August started. I did not win. I actually lost my first bet in August, and I actually lost my bet yesterday.
One too late.
Yep.
All right. Well, how'd it go? So you're obviously back down to $10, which means I will be in the lead. I'll be picking first. But you were on baseball of some kind.
So yeah, I had Cade Horton of the Chicago Cubs against the Atlanta Braves. Needed him to give up 1 earned run. That's all I needed. They took him out after the 5th inning, even though he had just thrown 75 pitches, and then that's when Atlanta started to score. Go figure.
I had. By the way, for those of you that are new here, I've started September on my full Costanza, which means I was on a little bit of a cold streak gambling, so occasionally you go full Costanza, which is if you have a streak of missing bets, you go, all right, what would I pick here? And then you pick the opposite. So I have no idea what's going on in tennis, so of course I went tennis, right? Full Costanza. I took Jannik Sinner minus 4.5 games over Lorenzo Musetti. And it was an easy win. He won by $1 billion, smoked it. So my $10 turned into $11.53, and that's where we stand now. And I'm still on my whatever I would do, I'm going to do the opposite thing. So I'm going to walk you through how I ended with today's bet. I knew I was going to go on the NFL game tonight, right? I knew I was going to go on Dallas at Philly. So my first instinct was Saquon Barkley ran for 1 billion yards last year, right? Let's tease down the rushing yards total for Saquon, bet the over. Within our parameters, our -500 to -1,000 guardrails, I could have gotten Saquon Barkley 60 or more rushing yards. And I really wanted to hit it, but I went, that's what I would pick. So then I was like, keep looking. I saw CeeDee Lamb, and I went, CeeDee Lamb is due for a big game. When Dak plays, he plays great. I wanted to go CeeDee Lamb over in receiving yards, and I could have teased it all the way down to 40 or more receiving yards. But I went, you know what? I've been a big fan of CeeDee Lamb for a long time. This feels like a bet that I would make. So I have to make the opposite. So, Dennis, if you are looking for the opposite of both Saquon Barkley over in rushing yards and CeeDee Lamb over in receiving yards, where would you go?
Under in George Pickens.
Javonte Williams over in rushing yards.
Look at that. Local guy.
So instead of Saquon Barkley, the opposite, the other team's running back.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of CeeDee Lamb over, opposite. They're not passing, they're running the ball. And I was able to get Javonte Williams all the way down to 15 or more rushing yards. He is the starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Granted, not a stranglehold on that position, but he is the starting running back. I got him at 15 or more rushing yards, -830 is the odds. So that will turn my $11.53 into $12.91
there you go.
as I get this thing started up this year, going full Costanza. I would not make this bet ever. I'm not that confident, but that's the whole part of going full Costanza. 15 or more rushing yards from Javonte Williams.
Okay, I'm going to go Dak Prescott, 190-plus passing yards. It's a -526. So my $10 will turn into $11.90.
I hope that happens because fantasy football purposes, go CeeDee Lamb. That is the ladder challenge here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Now, let's jump to one of our Thursday staples, a little cons and cons.
Above all else.
That starts with a W.
Confidence.
This is a game that you could play along at home. You could even play along with us by sending yours in to our 99.9 The Fan YouTube live stream comments. Or you can send them to me on Twitter at Donnelly Sports. I monitor that throughout the show as well. That's DONNELLY Sports on X.com. Cons and cons is simple. What are you most confident in and what are you most concerned about? And we put different teams kind of into the game, and you make your con and con pick for each team. Today, since we have actual on-field results, we're going with the 3 ACC football teams in the triangle. And we're going to decide what we're most confident and most concerned about for each of them. Dennis, which team shall we start with?
We have not talked Duke football today, so let's go start with Duke.
The Blue Devils. As always, I got good news and bad news. Which do you start with? You take the bad news first. Concern. I'll lead off. My concern for Duke football is forcing turnovers. They did a lot of good against Elon. Even when it was close, it was mostly just because of turnovers, right? The Jaquez Moore fumble, the defense, while it played well and held Elon to low efficiency, they didn't get their hands on the ball. Matter of fact, even though they won 45-17 or whatever it was, they lost the turnover battle. And I always believed when you had like the FBS against FCS games or the behemoth against little engine that could games, the behemoth should show its force most obviously by getting their hands on the ball. Turnovers were the way that you could really bury a team early, and Duke didn't do that, which is why it was a game into the fourth. They eventually got a special teams touchdown, long run, and a few other things that helped. But I think for them to accomplish the goals that they have, that defense is going to have to get the ball in their hands, and they didn't do that against Elon, so a little concerned about it. Maybe not the nose for the ball that you'd hope.
My concern is actually it's their running game. I expected against Elon that we would see a better overall rushing total from Duke, at least early on in the game. I know they had like the long breakout run, that stuff. I forget who it was.
Anderson Castle.
Yeah, Anderson Castle had
and actually
the super long run.
He had a 60-yarder and got caught.
Yeah. So to me, that skews the stats a little bit in my mind, because where was the consistent running? Jaquez Moore also had the 32-yard run as well. So you look at 150, 160 rushing yards, and literally 90 of them came on 2 carries. So where's the consistency with their run game? That's a bit of a concern for me when it comes to Duke going forward.
Anderson Castle, by the way, from Boone, North Carolina.
That's right. How to app miss on him?
I'm sure they offered him. Yeah, they did. He may have started at App. He may have been a transfer. Either way, I almost put the running backs less than the running game because I thought the offensive line did some okay things.
True.
They had four running backs that were between like 3 and 7 carries. And until Anderson Castle had the 60-yarder, which you love a 60-yarder, but if you break out into the open like that against a FCS opponent, you want to see your running back house it. You don't want to have to keep the offense on the field. So that was in the running for my pick as well. My confidence for Duke, very simple. Darian Mensah. Granted, he was expensive, but it looks like they went top shelf for a reason. I was very impressed by his poise, his not panicness, right? Because I think there's a world where, he turned down some big offers in that transfer portal, and he turned down multi-million-dollar offers from some other teams in that transfer portal. He showed up, and he was playing well. He had, 200-some-odd yards at halftime. He had 300-some-odd yards in the third quarter, and it was still a tie against Elon. And there's a world where you look around and go, what is going on here? But he stayed poised, made the plays he needed to make. Ball placement was elite on putting the ball where it needed to be for his receivers. I'm confident in him as much as he can be through one game against an FCS opponent.
Mine for me is, Mensah, the Duke can sling it. And actually, speaking of the running game and everything that we just mentioned, actually Jim in our YouTube live chat says, hoping that the passing game from Darian Mensah will actually open up the rushing game as the game goes along. He feels like that's what happened against Elon. So maybe teams are so scared of the pass. Oh, okay, guess what? Now we can slip a couple runs in here.
I've said this a bunch of times. As the game goes along, the FCS, the advantage over FCS teams gets bigger. They don't have the depth. So I'm not sure if it was like the passing offense, opened up the run as much as it was Elon wore down because you just don't have the depth at the lower levels that power conferences have. So that's Duke cons and cons. Where do we go next, Dennis?
Let's go to Carolina.
We start with concerns. This is so intangible and so wishy-washy, but I'm genuinely concerned about it. Team unity?
Okay, that's fair.
It's one thing to face a tremendous amount of public scrutiny and a tremendous amount of adversity when you're with some guys who you've been in some foxholes with, and you know how to get out of that hole as a unit. It's a completely different beast when you're introducing yourself darn near in pregame, like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm your teammate, and then you go out there and go through what they went through. That's going to put some pressure on you, right? And pressure makes diamonds, but it also bursts pipes. So I'd be sitting there, with a bucket waiting for a leak out of one of those pipes, just a little concerned that they're taking a lot of fire and haven't had the time to build up the necessary structure to withstand that sort of thing. Not saying they can't, but I'd be concerned about it, which is why it's my concern.
My concern, I'll go something a little bit tangible here. Because let's be honest, there's nothing but concerns.
I was going to say, how do you whittle it down? Yeah. Mine was big and wishy-washy because,
What are your concerns? Yes. My actually big concern, this is actually something I noticed this during the game on Monday, offensively, is that pretty much every pass by Gio Lopez was to the outside. The only time he completed a pass somewhat near the hash marks was on a route that came from the outside off of a play action on the very first drive of the game where he completed back-to-back passes. Otherwise, everything else was outside the numbers. It's concerning to me that if you don't have a quarterback, or at least you don't trust your quarterback to throw a pass over the middle to a wide receiver on an underneath drag route or a tight end on a simple 7-yard button hook between the linebackers, if you don't have trust in your quarterback to do it, well, guess what? It's going to make your offense super predictable. And it did not shock me that in that second quarter, we saw that pick six because that corner was sitting on it because he knew that nothing was going to go to the middle of that field.
Now let's get to confidence. This was more difficult for Carolina. My confidence is Jordan Shipp, the wide receiver.
He's good. He is good.
Two big, on the touchdown drive, he was the spark, right? He didn't get the touchdown, but he had the big catch down the left sideline. He had the tough catch over the middle, kind of, on the RPO. Two of the bigger plays of the game for them. Maybe the two biggest plays of the game for them.
58 yards, remember correctly, between those two receptions?
He finished the game with 4 catches for 84 yards.
Yeah.
Which is solid in a normal game. But when your offense is limited in the way that it was limited and the production is – that's like – this is an exaggeration. That's like 80% of the offense on those 4 plays. I was told all offseason he was a player to watch as a breakout and kind of shining even in a dark scenario, I think is important. So give me Jordan Shipp.
Confidence for me when it comes to North Carolina, they don't have time to dwell on Monday. It's a fast turnaround, so guess what? You have to move on super quickly, which sometimes can actually be a blessing in disguise. We talked about it yesterday. You don't have to sit there and think about it too much. It's, all right, let's quickly evaluate, and it's on to the next. It's on to the next thing, and that may work in their favor. We'll see.
It'll either really help or get that negative momentum flowing even more aggressively. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll finish up with State, confidence and concerns.
Okay.
Concern. This one's tangible. Run blocking. Hollywood Smothers was working really hard to gain yards, their running back, versus ECU. And you need him. But he's a really explosive player. I think he's really talented. Get him a yard past the line of scrimmage before contact, and I think you'll be really happy with the results. But if you make him break 2 tackles to get to the line of scrimmage, it's going to appear as if he's not as efficient and not playing as well as he is. I think they need to open up some holes in the run game. Maybe there's some playmaking tweaks you can make to get your offensive line in a more advantageous situation. But if you don't start opening up holes in a more effective manner, especially against bigger, stronger ACC power conference defensive lines, there's going to be a lot of games where you're looking at your sophomore quarterback and going 45 attempts, 47. Like, do what you got to do because handing it off ain't getting it done. So my concern is run blocking.
My concern for me, I actually thought their run defense overall was pretty good. ECU could run the football, but the secondary got leaky, especially as the game went along. As Caden Hauser especially got a rhythm, he was starting to carve up that secondary a good bit, and there's a lot of new guys back there. Maybe going into this game against Virginia on Saturday, the second game, again, this is a new system, and there's a lot of new players back there. Maybe the second game they'll start to work out some of the kinks because they actually have some game film to watch and learn through. So to me, it's the secondary that's a bit concerning for NC State.
When I get really worked up about get your quarterback an easy one or scheme up something that gives your quarterback a big play just to get it rolling, just to get the ball nudged down the hill, look no further than that ECU game. Because what they did, ECU, as far as getting NC State into a substitution malfunction, and they got that 70-yard touchdown, that's not necessarily like a great play by anybody on ECU, right? NC State was caught off guard, and you just saw one go through the hoop. You got a big play, you got a touchdown. From that point forward, their pass game was significantly better, right? It almost got everybody to go, oh. So when I talk about like finding a quarterback something, right? Scheme up his favorite play to get him a big completion. Scheme up a screen to get him a bunch of passing yards just to get it moving. Then you can lean on him like a quarterback, right? Then you can have him making reads and everything else. ECU did a really good job of that. And DJ Elliott, their defensive coordinator for NC State, did reportedly go right over to the team after that and go, that one was on me. He got caught, trying to do too much. So I agree with the passing game part of your point there. Confidence for State. Playmakers, man. Wesley Grimes, Teddy Hoffman, Justin Jolie, Hollywood Smothers. They all popped at different times. And I know Jolie didn't finish with 100 yards, but if I close my eyes right now, I can see that one-handed catch and then darting up the sideline.
Yeah.
Wesley Grimes, I can see the touchdown. I can see the one down the sideline. Sorry, not the one down the sideline. The one with the two safeties converging, and he jumps over both of them. Teddy Hoffman, that's the one down the right sideline. On going both directions, he had one down the right sideline. And Smothers, like I said, he had the one called back on penalty, but he was really a shoelace tackle away from a bunch of big plays. And that's not even, they didn't get the best of Noah Rogers, who left with the injury, and they didn't They didn't use all of their Keenan Jacksons and Terrell Andersons and other guys, but those 4 alone, that's plenty to get your offense popping.
From my confidence is along those same lines, just watching that group in person play, it's the versatility of the skill sets of their skill guys. The fact that you have Joel Lee that can line up pretty much anywhere. Mm-hmm. We actually saw him times like he was split out wide. And the fact that you can provide that in your offense is not many teams can do that. But you had the speed of Grimes. You had some sure-handed catching from different guys. I just think there are multiple skill sets of what they bring. Hollywood Smothers, like you mentioned, the Duke can shake.
Yep.
He really can. And I'm actually want to see more of Duke Scott and how he can complement Smothers as things go along, because I think he brings that size. He's like 5'10", 215 or so. I think he can bring a little bit more of that physical style running to complement Smothers as the season goes along. The varying degree of skill sets that they have offensively, they really do complement each other.
I will say that but just you saying Justin Jolie can play everywhere sparks something. The tush push is a thing, right? And it's happening tonight. Philly, Dallas. Jalen Hurts will probably score 7 touchdowns tonight because that's
he might.
The tush push didn't get banned, and Philly's going to celebrate. It's in Philly. If you needed a quarterback sneak in your NC State, I would consider teaching Justin Jolie how to take a snap. Because C.J. Bailey, I'm a big fan. Big fan. I'm not interested in taking the ball out of his hands unless you have to. But he's not the, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. I doubt he's breaking squat records in the weight room.
He's a bit wiry.
Yeah. So rather than having him take quarterback sneaks if you have a half yard to gain, I think Justin Jolie's body type is one. You see the Ravens do it. The Ravens have Mark Andrews come in, take a snap, and do the quarterback sneak thing rather than Lamar because they want to protect Lamar.
Yeah, he's their tight end.
Yeah, I think that would be something I would entertain. Maybe, hey, stay after practice a couple times a week and take some snaps with the starting center, just in case we get to a situation where it's 3rd and 18, like a foot and a half on the down on the goal line, and we need to score. Especially with the run game not being opened up with huge holes up there. It's like, let's just make it into a rugby scrum, and have Justin Jolie plow his way forward. I think it could work. I don't love the tush push. I don't like all the quarterback sneaking that's happening. But, as long as it's allowed, you might as well use it to your advantage. There you go. That's Cons and Cons here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Over, under 4 tush push. 3.5 tush pushes tonight for Philly.
Over.
Yeah, unfortunately. I get it. I am a competitor, and if I have a play like I'm the guy, if I'm playing you in Madden back in the day, and I found a play that works, you might get that pass play 100 times, so you figure out how to stop it. Like I get why they do it, but I would be lying if when I see them break the huddle and go into that formation with the 2 little wings off of Jalen Hurts, I don't go like, anybody need a snack? I'm going to walk into the kitchen. I don't want to watch this.
I know how this one's going to end.
And in an entertainment product, that's not good for the NFL.
It's not.
But yes, keep doing it because you're going to win, and then Nick Sirianni's going to cry, and it's going to be a whole thing. And then Saquon Barkley's going to be mad because he didn't get any of those touchdowns. It's a whole thing.
I think he's doing just fine for himself.
Yeah, but like you imagine
he got paid a bunch.
If half of those Jalen Hurts touchdowns last year, just half, were Saquon Barkley touchdowns, that might have been the best running back season in the history of the game.
True.
And I think he cares about that kind of stuff. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox has something he'd like to tell you that he cares a lot about.
I do. Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Law Tigers, and this is something I do care about. As a motorcycle rider, I care about being safe when I'm out there on the road. I always make sure before I get on the motorcycle, I check my bike. Are the tires working properly? Is there anything that looks out of place? Did some moisture happen to get on my bike? Is there maybe a rust spot or something? I don't want anything to go wrong with my bike when I'm out there on the road because that could spell disaster. So, yes, these are things I definitely do care about. I also want to make sure as a motorcycle rider, and I care about this for other riders as well, is that make sure you are, again, taking all the proper precautions, not just checking your bike, but make sure you're wearing the proper gear as well. I hate seeing other motorcycle riders out there that aren't wearing proper protective gear. They're just wearing shorts and T-shirts. That's again, disaster is waiting to happen in case something really does go wrong. you can be hit in an accident. And believe it or not, that armor that you wear can protect you in some way. But if you are injured in a motorcycle accident, you got to give 1-800-LAW-TIGERS a call, even before you contact your insurance company. Law Tigers, they're part of the motorcycle riding community. They know what your bike is worth. They know what your gear is worth to you. But most importantly, they know what you're going through after an accident. Again, they are part of the motorcycle riding community. Your case evaluation, it's always free, and you don't pay a dime until your case settles. So call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Next up, Feedback Frenzy. We hear from many of you in the online worlds. Next.
Hey, it's Adam Gold, and as the Carolina Hurricanes shoot for their 8th consecutive playoff appearance, that's right, 8 in a row, that's not the goal, I should remind you. The goal is being, as Rod Brindamore likes to say, the last team standing. What do they need? Who will get them there? You know where you can find the answers on every episode of the Canes Corner podcast, live on YouTube after games, and wherever you get your podcast. Rate, subscribe, like, share, tell your friends.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Stay informed with The Rundown, the daily newsletter from High School OT that delivers the most important high school sports news and insights straight to your inbox. Brought to you by High School OT and powered by our sponsor, First Carolina Bank. Subscribe to The Rundown at highschoolot.com.
I am here with Patrick Day of the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I'm on your website. Gutter helmets right on the front of the website. Do you have a gutter helmet to fit my head? I have a small head.
We have a gutter helmet for every head, Adam. So anyhow, if you give us a call, we'll come out and take a look at your windows, doors, siding, roofing, gutters, and of course we can do the gutter helmet. We have financing programs that are really good. So we have like 12 months with 0 payments for 12 months. You don't have to pay anything. So if you're thinking about home improvements and you're thinking you're saving up for it, just come on and see us, and we'll go ahead and get you set up and get your project done, and you can pay in 12 months from now.
I feel like you're speaking directly to me. If it's for the exterior of your home, there is no better place than the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. You can find them online, aluminumcompany.com. Siding, roofing, windows, entry doors, storm doors, and the world-famous gutter helmets. Aluminum Company of North Carolina, 1-800-672-4348.
This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. Please subscribe to our YouTube, 99.9 The Fan. Search for it, subscribe. It's a good place. It's nice people there. They might argue with you a little bit on your sports takes, but that's honestly the fun. So check it out, 99.9 The Fan. We're actually going to read some comments from the YouTube in just a second. But first, hockey fans, get on ready. Get yourself ready. The Sin City Skateaway is back. And if you don't know what the Sin City Skateaway is, I'm jealous because you're about to hear about it for the first time, and I wish I could relive the time I first heard about it for the first time. starting next Monday, September 8th, that is. Listen, weekdays, right here on 99.9 The Fan from noon to 6 p.m. for the hourly keyword. Once an hour, we will give you a keyword. Could be anything. Your job is to hear the keyword and text it in to the number we'll give you before the end of the hour. So if we give it to you at some point in the 4 o'clock hour, by 5 o'clock you have to text it in. Each time you do that, the noon hour, the 1 o'clock hour, the 2 o'clock hour, all the way through 6 o'clock. Every time you do that, you get another entry in the running for the ultimate Vegas hockey trip. On Monday, September 22nd, one lucky winner will win a pair of tickets to see Carolina play Vegas at T-Mobile Arena on October 20th, which will include round-trip airfare for two and a 3-night stay at Park MGM Resort and Casino with a $400 food credit. Think about that. Just think about it.
That's a lot.
It is. And all you have to do is listen in from noon to 6, starting on Monday. And if every hour you text in the keyword, you'll have the maximum amount of chances at that awesome prize. So don't miss your shot. Don't miss your shot at the Ultimate Hockey Getaway, brought to you by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company. Now, I want to hear from some of you. That's what we call a feedback frenzy. Dennis, what are they saying? What are they reacting to in our YouTube comments?
So, actually, one of our listeners on a YouTube live chat wants to know, is NC State going to lose by 14 against Virginia this weekend?
Lose by exactly 14?
Or I say 14? At least 14.
I don't think so. UVA had a very good showing in week 1. I actually think the matchup is not ideal for NC State right now. You brought it up earlier during Cons and Cons. Their secondary showed some signs of things that need improvement against ECU. And Chandler Morris, threw it around the block a little bit in UVA's, granted, overmatched opponent, but they beat Coastal pretty bad. MJ Morris was the quarterback for Coastal. Think about that one. Grayson McCall was on the coaching staff for Coastal, coaching up MJ Morris. And somewhere right now,
Tim Beck's their head coach.
Tim Beck's their head coach. And somewhere right now, there's a good chance that, C.J. Bailey is watching film of MJ Morris, coached by Grayson McCall and Tim Beck, trying to figure out what they did that did and didn't work against UVA. It's a funny NC State world. But no, I don't think they lose by 14 or more. I think they'll, at least, I'm not guaranteeing a win or anything, but I think they'll at least keep it close.
All right, earlier we had a conversation about North Carolina football and Bill Belichick, and basically they got what they set out for week 1, which was eyeballs. People paying attention. They got it. Now, not in the way they wanted it, but nonetheless, they got eyeballs on their program. And on that conversation we had earlier, Fred said this: the truth hurts. Simply that. He said the truth hurts.
The truth hurts. Yeah, but also I would say this. With all of the eyeballs, with all of the attention, with all of the negative publicity, all of the jokes, all of the memes, all of the photoshops, and all of the everythings. You know what? You know what the American sports watching public loves? They love a comeback story. They love a redemption story. So, you start playing well, those eyeballs will come right on back, and they'll be singing a different tune. Matter of fact, let's say they reel off 8 straight wins. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But let's say you do. There's going to be a lot of people pretending they didn't say the things they've said over the last 72 hours.
True.
Everybody else was out. I was the only one saying I still think they can win. Go make them eat their words. That would be my motivational tactic if I were a part of that UNC program.
All right, yesterday we also talked again about North Carolina, about how they have to earn each other's trust. You got smacked in the face. You haven't had time to really bond together as a team. Mm-hmm. You haven't been through it together. Earning each other's trust. And Ron Odell says in our YouTube comment, said, I realize things take time, but we simply got the boots put to us. Awful defense. Maybe things get better Saturday night in Charlotte. Can't get much worse.
So here's the reason why I brought it up a few times, that they haven't had the time to 100% know they're going to withstand this adversity. Every athlete will tell you this. They remember, and I remember, my worst games in greater detail than my best games, right? And I had a notorious, awful game against the University of Maine, okay? Not my proudest moment, but we're all friends here. You guys won't make fun of me. I threw 4 interceptions against Maine. Luckily, 2 of them went to a guy that ended up playing on the Packers, which made it feel, I don't know, a little bit better in retrospect. But I threw 4 interceptions. And I vividly remember after the game, I was at a post-game press conference in Maine. Let's just say there's not a huge media conglomerate in Maine covering FCS football. And I'm at the little desk they set up for us, a couple other guys from my team. And one of the reporters just point blank asked me, is there any reason for you to be confident in your offense at all moving forward? I just thrown 4 interceptions. I was like, all right, so we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off. Appreciate it. But my answer was absolutely, because you don't get confidence in your teammates on game day. You get confidence from watching the work they put in, right? I know how hard my offensive line works. I know how much they study. I know they're going to get it fixed. I know that's where the confidence comes from. And I hope they see that in me, or I hope they're still confident in me because they know I'm going to work to fix it. I don't know if UNC knows that. There are guys that just showed up, right? Are you confident in your defense figuring it out after they got run over by TCU? If you haven't seen them put in a full off season of work, if you haven't, you don't know their film watching schedule. You don't know. You hope it's good, but you don't know. And if you take away that little bit of confidence, it's a dangerous place to be as a team in a team sport.
All right, yesterday we had the conversation regarding the Carolina Panthers reportedly were interested in Micah Parsons and potentially trading for Micah Parsons. Or at least the conversation took place about what the price might be. They inquired, I guess you could say. This one actually comes from, I found this one quite interesting. This one actually comes from Justin. I wouldn't trade Derek Brown straight up for Micah Parsons.
Well, I would disagree. If the Packers called and said straight up, you send us Derek Brown, we send you Micah Parsons, I would say deal. And also I would probably call Tepper and go, are you paying somebody in Green Bay under the table that I should know about? Just if it's true, don't say anything. All right,
actually,
cool.
Forget I asked.
Yeah, but I disagree with you. But I will say this, and I said it yesterday. If Derek Brown is your emotional heartbeat, if he's your Sam Mills, if he's your Luke Kuechly, I don't know. Like if he is your leader, and you feel like if you remove him, you will be betraying your entire roster and they will revolt, you got to know your locker room better than I do. From a talent standpoint, you make that trade 100 times out of 100.
All right, this one also along the same lines. This one comes from Chevy Jr. Chevy says, whoa, let's not act like Derek Brown is Chris Jones, Jalen Carter, or Aaron Donald. Dude is okay, solid defensive tackle. He does sack or pressure the quarterback. He is average in that regard, but good at stopping the run. But he also gets a lot of tackles downfield because he hustles for tackles and so on. I wouldn't go for Micah Parsons, because if Bryce Young stinks, we're going to need to have that top 8 or top 5 first-round pick to get a quarterback. That's why Dan didn't make that move. It's because if we need to get a legit quarterback, that's why you don't trade away Derek Brown in those first-round picks.
I agree with most of that. I want to be very clear here. And I'm not saying this to blow smoke. I'm not saying... Micah Parsons is very, very, very good.
He's an elite level player. Be honest.
There's, as far as EPA per play, which is estimated points added point per play, it is supposed to be an all-encompassing stat. It is used often by guys like Bill Barnwell at ESPN, some of the better minds covering the sport. Since Micah Parsons has entered the league, the Cowboys are the best defense in the league when he is on the field, and they are the second worst when he is off the field. Like, he changes the game even when he is not actively sacking the quarterback. The threat of him doing all of the versatile things he can do, needing to account for in so many different ways, he's very, very good. I'm a big fan of Derek Brown. I'm a big fan of draft picks. I'm a bigger fan of Micah Parsons. And that's not even a fan. That's just like
he's that good.
I look at it and my eyeballs and the statistics tell me he's that good.
All right, final one here, 30 seconds. This one comes from AB in our YouTube live chat. What if Charlotte beats UNC this weekend?
What if? Changes.
Okay.
Bill Belichick, I assume play callers at the minimum, right? At the minimum would change. I believe starters will change. If they don't change the quarterback, or if Gia Lopez can play and is still the starter, changes at quarterback. You lose to Charlotte, changes, and big ones, quick. Because then it is all hands on deck, panic button sounding. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. If you want to make changes to your DraftKings Sportsbook bets before the NFL season gets started, you have about 3 hours. Tim Donnelly here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Game on, everybody. Week 1 starts now. Every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football, by the way. It's first touchdown fireworks, anytime touchdown rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next chance to win. If you're looking at tonight's game, I mentioned the season starts tonight in the NFL. I would throw this at you. If you pick a first touchdown scorer, how baller does it sound to not only pick a first touchdown scorer in the game, you're picking the first touchdown scorer in the NFL this season. We mentioned that the Eagles' specific brand of brotherly shove, pushing quarterback sneak did not get banned this offseason. So Jalen Hurts, plus 500, first touchdown scorer. Saquon Barkley, some people are worried about the workload that he had last year, so many touches. He won't be tired in the first game. Plus 380 first touchdown score. If you want something a little more off the beaten path, how about George Pickens, first touchdown score, trying to make an impact in Dallas if they sell out to stop CeeDee Lamb? Plus 1,800 for George Pickens for the Cowboys to score the first touchdown of the NFL season. Just some of the options. Go check them all out. Pick the ones you like if you're interested. By the way, lines and odds are subject to change. New customers, I have something else that's pretty darn sweet for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV and YouTube. Your season, it starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TIMD. That's code TIMD to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of over $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-185-543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus. North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, will be back with the starting five in just a minute or two.
We've got NFL tonight on 99.9 The Fan. Presented by Wake Med.
Showtime, prime time.
Your primetime matchup is an NFC battle. Dallas and Philadelphia.
Here we go. Woo!
Pre-game starts at 7.
Y'all know what time it is, huh?
Kickoff at 8:15.
Hey, together, baby. We just do this one play at a time.
On the Triangle's home for the NFL, 99.9 The Fan.
We came here for one thing, to win.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu? Fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
Get your faves for less. Buy a sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.50 at any size Sprite for $1.49. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending in Cary. If you're in the market for a mortgage, good luck. Comparing apples to oranges is now more challenging than ever, as we've noticed a return to 80s-style lending with multiple points being charged up front in order to make the payment appear more attractive. Typically, the lowest rate quote you find will have the highest closing cost you'll find, as numerous lenders play this game of getting you to focus only on the payment and not the $15,000 due at closing. On refinancing, it's even worse, as lenders willingly add these costs to your loan amount. At Miller Lending, we don't believe in closing costs. By working with our popular no-cost program, you simply close on today's rates and refinance anytime you'd like. Nothing rolled in, nothing charged at closing. Imagine having the freedom to take advantage of smaller rate drops, opportunities to drop PMI, or simply put that money to better use. So before you throw away thousands of dollars in needless fees, pick up the phone and call Miller Lending today. 919-447-3377, or simply apply online at millerlending.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm WRAL meteorologist Mike Mays. We have a chance for some showers and storms through about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, mostly from the Raleigh area north and west. Overnight clear, 66 the low. It's a hotter day for your Friday, mostly sunny skies, the high temperature 92.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 5 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones up 350 points today to 45,621. This hour of the drive is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
It's 5 o'clock. Time to serve up the biggest sports stories of the day. Here comes your starting five.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we jump into the starting five on what should be a holiday, the opening of the NFL football season. Before we do that, hockey fans, hockey season's not that far away, and we have another reason for you to get real excited. The Sin City Skateaway is back. Starting next Monday, so just 2 or 3 shows from now, like this upcoming Monday, September 8th. Listen weekdays from noon to 6, right here on 99.9 The Fan, for hourly keywords. Once an hour, we'll give you a keyword. Text it in by the start of the next hour, and that'll be an entry into the running for the ultimate Vegas hockey trip. 6 possible entries per day. On Monday, September 22nd, one lucky winner out of those entries will be chosen, and that winner will receive a pair of tickets to see Carolina play Vegas at T-Mobile Arena on October 20th, round-trip airfare for 2, and a 3-night stay at Park MGM Resort and Casino with a $400 food credit. Sin City Skateaway is pretty darn awesome. Don't miss your shot at the Ultimate Hockey Getaway, brought to you by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, any one of those kind of individual parts would be an awesome prize. We're giving it to you, all of them. We're also giving you the starting five at 5 right now.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rolling out of the pocket, Mahomes. Line drive. It's intercepted at the 40. And picked off by DeGene, who comes to the near side, the 30. Got a block at the 20. Breaks the tackle, the 10. The 5 to the pylon. Touchdown! Eagles have got a pick six!
The NFL season starts today, but let's be real. Eagles, Cowboys. Maybe not the most exciting for an NFC South fan, a Panther fan, right? These are two teams that are elsewhere in the conference, one the defending champ, one of the movers and shakers of the offseason due to the Micah Parsons trade. But there are a couple local ties in this one. So there's really two ways. I'm always looking for entertainment coupons. There's two ways to make this one entertaining if you don't care about the Eagles and the Cowboys. One, you could gamble, right? You could throw a couple dollars on something, and now you have something to root for. You could just pick a team against the spread. Now you're rooting for a team. Feels like you're a fan. Or you could look at the local guys. Maybe you're a big UNC fan, big Tar Heel fan, and you're like, Javonte Williams. Remember how awesome he was in Chapel Hill? Him and Michael Carter, the 1-2 punch. Remember how awesome that was? Well, he's now 2 years removed from a pretty gruesome injury. And maybe he gets some of his juice back. He is listed as the starting running back for the Cowboys tonight. I would say it is a loose hold on that job. He is not, it's not written in pen. They have Jaden Blue, their 5th-round pick. They have Miles Sanders. They have a few other guys that are in the mix there. But Javonte Williams get the first shot. Sam Howell, by the way, Eagles backup quarterback. They also have Tanner McKee, but he's hurt. So if Hurts goes down, Sam Howell rolls right up into that backup role. Could be a career renaissance for old Sam Howell. And then maybe you're like, well, I'm not a Tar Heel fan, but I still want a local tie. Will Shipley's from the state of North Carolina.
That's right, Charlotte area.
Some were hoping he may take one more year, hit the portal, come play for a team in North Carolina. Didn't end up happening. Left Clemson, late round pick of the Eagles. But he is Saquon's entrenched backup. Like, he is on the depth chart. He is a number 2 with a like, the punctuation mark after that is a period. It's not a question mark, like number 2. No, he's the second back. So maybe he gets some run if it's a blowout in either direction. If Saquon needs a breather, Will Shipley could get some run there. So there are some local ties, even if Eagles Cowboys doesn't scream like Panther fans, pay attention. Still could fit.
You can listen to it here in the Fan.
Well, I just got a text from somebody that said the weather doesn't look great for tonight. Do we
apparently
know
it's supposed to be rainy.
Not what I was hoping for. Either way, that's number 5. Let's get to number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, all together.
He takes off, running up the middle, first down, inside the 35, he's going to go! Cade Klubnik, touchdown Clemson, 50 yards!
So here's the deal, everybody. Clemson, they lost to LSU to open their season. Still in the AP top 10, still have all their goals in front of them. Dabo Swinney, in the postgame, he decided Cade Klubnik was the reason they lost that game, which is a wild, like, the fact that I know that is crazy. Head coach told the media. And if you don't believe me, we have the audio. Here's Dabo Swinney talking about his preseason ACC Player of the Year quarterback after their season-opening 7-point loss to LSU.
Got to make the plays that are there. That's easy stuff. Nothing complicated. Just we didn't do the routine stuff well. And, our best player, the biggest issue in that game was our best player didn't play well. And if that's the biggest issue coming out of that game, sign me up for that, because Tua will respond. Promise you. He had a bad day. There ain't no other way to say it. I mean, like, we got to – if Tua ain't a dude, we ain't winning. Dudes got to be dudes. This is big boy football. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. And I can't – I mean, he's not a freshman. He ain't a freshman. He'll respond. But like I said earlier, if our biggest issue coming out of that game is our best player didn't play well, we'll be all right.
That's pretty rare to hear. That's pretty rare for a coach to be that blunt with one of his biggest name top players, or anybody really. I mean, it'd be even more rare to say it about some guy under the bench. But here's my question. And Dennis, you've coached college sports, although probably not Dabo Swinney level, but, that age is that age.
Hey, I've got more conference championships under my belt than Dabo. That's fine.
How many do you have? I've never heard.
5.
Dabo has less than 5.
I don't know if he does or doesn't. I'm just saying.
You said it confidently. I was like, wow, all right. The question for me there is, we talked with Cade at ACC Kickoff, Cade Klubnik, and he was effusive in his praise of when he made his first year as a starter and did not live up to expectations, that Dabo Swinney fed him confidence and support and never wavered. And you're our guy, even when he was not playing well. And then the next year, he lit it up, and he was one of the best statistical quarterbacks in the country, and they make the CFP. Now, to start the next year, doesn't have a great game one. Dabo kind of lights him up in the post game. Is this exactly what I'm talking about with the Tar Heels, where Dabo and Cade have been in the foxhole so many times that he can say this, and it's not taken personally because of all the support he's fed him over the years?
There's clearly a level of trust. I mean, this is what his basically 4th year as a starter now.
Third and change. There's the DJ Uiagalelei year.
But yeah, this is what, his 5th year at Clemson? Yeah, there's a trust level that's already there. It's built in.
Which is exactly what I'm saying with UNC. Like, I don't think Belichick could do that, or I'm not saying you have to do that because that's actually over the top even for like somebody you're really close with. I'm not sure Bill Belichick could do that behind closed doors and get a positive response because they're going like, who are you? You just got here, guy. Go back to the Manning cast. Like, you gotta put time in. It's obvious Cade and Dabo have time in, and it's obvious Dabo respects that, which is why he doesn't go into the portal often. He wants guys that show up as freshmen and then are team leaders as seniors, and you can have that relationship with.
Dabo knew he could do it, and it wouldn't negatively impact Club.
Or at least he was really hoping.
Well,
we'll see how it goes.
There's that too, I guess.
But I definitely think that was coaching through the media. Like that, he was talking to the media, but really he was talking to Cade.
He was, but honestly, he probably told Cade the exact same thing.
Oh yeah,
already. Like he already heard it.
But there's a difference when.
Oh yeah.
You read it in print on ESPN, and you're like, yikes. You really meant it. That's number 4. Let's get to number 3.
Chuba Hubbard back on as the running back to the left side out of the shotgun for Young from the 5. Sets up in the pocket. Looking middle. Pocket breaks down. He rolls out to the right side. At the 15, directing traffic at the 10. Throws back in the end zone. Jalen Coker's got it. Coker for the touchdown, and the Panthers score first.
The Carolina Panthers play real, it counts, regular season NFL football on Sunday. A few pieces of news to pass along. Mostly, at least the injury things that I found most interesting, mostly up front. Robert Hunt told the media that he had an MRI on his left foot yesterday, came back clean, so he should be good to go against the Jags. Damian Lewis was out there practicing, albeit in a limited fashion for the a couple days in a row now, but he missed some time and appears he's ramping up and will be able to play on Sunday against Jacksonville. That's important. Those two guys are very important to the Carolina Panthers offense. Ike Ekwonu, who's dealing with a surprise appendectomy from just the sprinkle on top of a short deal with this Sunday for the Carolina Panthers. He was at practice today, not in active uniform, working out on the side.
Did not practice officially.
It's becoming a longer shot that he will play on Sunday.
For sure.
Josh Nijman, I believe, will get the call to replace Ike Ekwonu, which, again, that's why Josh Nijman's there. That's why you brought him in. Not ideal. I'm more worried about what's going on up front health-wise than I am with any of the shuffling that happened with the wide receivers. Thielen out, Coker hurt, Renfro out, Renfro in, where's Jermaine? All of that, I think, can be dealt with, especially if Teteroa McMillan is what you hope he's going to be when you drafted him 8th overall. The offensive line, if either of those two guards misses some time in the game, or if Josh Nijman has a tough day, which backup tackles sometimes do, I think that becomes a much, much more difficult thing for the offense to overcome.
Also, the Damari Mathis, the guy that they claimed from off waivers from Denver,
Corner.
the defensive back, he was limited yesterday but did not practice today. So my guess is that we probably won't see him on Sunday either. But really, you're looking at it's just Coker's got the hamstring, so you know he's out. It's
quad,
really,
but yep.
I'm sorry, the quad. But that and just icky with the appendectomy. Otherwise, relatively clean bill of health overall for a team going into week 1.
Icky's one of those dudes.
Exactly. It's a big one. But I think, again, when I say relative, because we've seen like Rashawn Slater for the Chargers out for the season. I mean, we've seen so many of these other guys done for the year because of different injuries and so forth. But so far right now, things are okay overall.
Could be worse.
Could be a lot worse.
Could be worse. Dangerous thing to say. Could be worse. Anything else going on with the Panthers that I've missed since the beginning of the show? Obviously, I haven't been able to update everything.
No, that's really about it. Just overall clean bill of health for the most part for the team.
In that case, let's hear some audio from Dave Canales about wanting to start fast versus the Jags.
I think that's always the mentality. I think in my dream of all dreams, you just go out there and whether you're on offense or defense, you put your best foot forward. I hold that, and with the other hand, I also say, look, regardless of what happens early, you just go to the next play. You go to the next series. You just keep grinding. You keep battling. You keep pounding, as we say, right? And I think that's got to be the mentality, right? And it all starts off with practice. It's about the energy that the guys come on the grass with, because that's where you train that in your mind. When I hit this grass, it's all go. It's all gas, and really trying to establish that type of culture and philosophy for how we work should carry over to the games.
Start fast. It's my favorite cliche, because coaches can talk about it for hours and hours. I mean, Dave Canales could have stretched that into a 15-minute answer. Of course you want to play well from the beginning. You know what? I like to start slow. I want a couple 3-and-outs just to keep them guessing. Then we start playing well. That's how I draw them up. No, start fast. Yes, play well. And you know what? Start fast, play in the middle fast, and play in the end fast. I like them all. That's number 3. Let's hit number 2.
Just the two of us. Lopez in the pistol with Hood behind him. He will hand to him. Hood right side. Slithers through and powers home. Touchdown, Carolina. What a start for Belichick in the heel.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about the college football week 1, beginning with a quote from one of my favorite philosophers, Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra, a yogiism, if you will. He once said about I think it was a restaurant, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Get it? See what he did there? That's a yogiism. I get that same vibe a lot when talking to people that find things to be upset about in the sport of football. Throughout the last 10 years, there's been some things that have happened with the NFL, and nobody's going to watch them anymore. And I go, you're right. That's why ratings are through the roof. College football is having its moment there, right? NIL, transfer portal, quarterbacks changing and making millions of dollars to go to school. And you hear everybody going, nobody's going to watch this. People come to college to get away from pro sports. They're not going to watch this. You're right. Nobody's watching it anymore. It's too crowded. Because apparently everybody's watching it. Some numbers for you. ESPN's Flora Kelly reporting. More than 20 billion minutes watched of live games and pregame shows for college football week 1. That is up 44% year over year. Huge number. The first regular season week on record in college football, with 4 different games hitting 10 million viewers or more. College Game Day, the most watched episode of all time. Granted, that did have something to do with Lee Corso's retirement, but still, of all time. It's not like other people haven't retired. ESPN, if we're looking just at ESPN, those stats were all encompassing college football. If you're looking just at the ABC, the ESPN, the Disney games, ESPN college football delivered its biggest week 1 on record. 3 of those games with 10 million or more viewers were on ESPN's family of networks. 8.6 million average viewers across 4 games on ABC, 4 million average across all ESPN networks. Those are gigantic numbers. So if you ever hear somebody say, oh, the transfer portal ruined it for me, I'll never watch. Oh, they're out on college football. The players, they're making the money. It's not the same. You can go, yeah, that's not true. Or for every one viewer they're losing, they're gaining 4 more, in which case, see ya.
It was 20 billion minutes of watch time.
That is one of those things.
44% year-over-year increase from last year.
When I read 20 billion minutes, that's almost a number that's too big to comprehend. I'm just like, I don't know. Is that a lot? Is that a little? But then you see over the 44% rise year over year, and you're like, oh, I get that. I understand percentages. That's a lot. It's a big growth.
Mm-hmm.
20 billion might as well be like 20 gagullion trillion, because that's just like a big number. But when you say it increased 44% year over year, oh, I get that. That's a lot more people watching a lot more football.
And some of those high-rated games in terms of viewership was Notre Dame versus Miami. It was Florida State, Alabama. It was Clemson, LSU. We actually are still waiting on the final numbers still from TCU versus North Carolina. But those early numbers were like well over 6 million views. Again, that game was on ESPN, not on network TV. We talk about the ACC and their revenue share and how things are, how some of the revenue share is going to be divvied up based on your viewership and how many eyeballs you draw. Well, guess what? Clemson, Florida State, Miami, North Carolina, you're going to get a little bit more of the lion's share because you had the most, at least this is going to factor into part of it. That's a big thing.
A lot of people watching college football.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I mean, I know the transfer portal, and it's hard to keep track of who's on the teams anymore because it's all fluid, but we're all still watching, if not more.
And actually, I do think sometimes the NIL makes the new players more known.
Yeah, it can.
Like if you hear about, some freshman that made $1 million last year and was the backup quarterback, now he's the starter, you're kind of more aware of him than you used to be. When you used to just be like, I don't know, they got a new starter. It's like, oh, they got the new starter that they paid, $1.5 million last year. Oh, I heard that. I read that article. He's driving a Lamborghini around campus. Like you learn more. That's number 2. Let's hit number 1.
The one!
The NFL starts tonight.
We did it.
The NFL starts tonight. What do you say, boys? The NFL starts tonight.
We did it, folks.
Dallas at Philly starts it off tonight. Week 1. Actually, I think there must be something, talking of football ratings, there must be something in an algorithm somewhere that told both college football and the NFL, throw heaters week 1. Week 2, they'll already be hooked. You can give them whatever games you want. But throw absolute 105-mile-an-hour, top-of-the-zone, stinky cheddar week 1. Because the games for college football week 1 and NFL football week 1 are, I feel like you're using like 5 or 6 of your best games of the year in the first week when they could be like, college football. There was the Clemson game, huge game, Clemson LSU. There's the Notre Dame game, huge against Miami. There's obviously Ohio State Texas, massive game. There's a lot of really big games week 1. Week 2, the only ranked opponent is Michigan, Oklahoma. You could, like Baylor, SMU, and Duke, Illinois, you could argue are the second and third best games of the week.
Yeah.
Week 1, they wouldn't have been top 10. So then I look at the NFL. Tonight, big game. Tomorrow, Kansas City Chargers, big game. Sunday Night Football, Bills, Ravens, big game.
Yeah.
There's divisional games, even like Giants, Washington. Usually what Jaden Daniels and Washington are like the new hot team in the NFL. They're an afterthought in week 1 with so many games. They start off big. We are going to end the show making all of our NFL awards predictions, getting all our predictions kind of locked and loaded, make sure they are on record. We'll get one out of the way now. Dennis, Coach of the Year. Which way are you going? I have mine written down.
Oh, Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year. Give me Sean McDermott.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think Buffalo really surprises?
I have him going to the Super Bowl.
I have Mike Vrabel as Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I could buy that.
I think New England I don't know if they make like a run in the playoffs, but I think they improve a lot, and people like that sort of thing. More of that prediction, just so we have them on the record, so we can say whether we were right or we were wrong. To end the show, should be really fun. We're going to do MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, NFC Champ, AFC Champ, Super Bowl Champ, and anything else we want to predict and put on record. So if you have predictions in any of those categories, you can send them in on 99.9 The Fans YouTube live stream. Send them right there in the comments, and then they'll be on record, right? They'll be time-stamped, so we'll know exactly when you predicted it. And if you get it right, you'll be able to brag, and we'll back you up. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. You know what else I'll back up? I'll back up Manor Service Company. Tim Donnelly here for Manor Service Company. And what I mean by that is, listen, I know it's a little weird. Your dog barks, they don't like them, right? When people come in to work on things in your house, sometimes it feels a bit intrusive, right? This person I don't know, I'm just supposed to let them walk around my house and do whatever they need to do to fix my plumbing, to get my electrical work back up, to fix my HVAC, find out the problem with my heater, get in my attic, poke around my garage. I don't even know what I have in my garage. But Manor Service Company, I'll co-sign, right? I'll give them the vouch. I'll give them the friend of a friend special. They show up. They're professional. They're customer friendly. They're respectful of your space. They will make sure that they're not doing any unnecessary damage to any of your things, right? If they got to cut the wall, they got to cut the wall, right? You got to find the leak, but not an ounce more than is necessary, right? And the cleanliness, the proper preventative measures from getting a mess all over your house. It's the little things, right? Because part of you, right, if you have a leak or something, right, if your plumbing's not working, something bad happening, someone shows up, you're not really going to step in and go, actually, can you make sure you cover that? Because you just want the leak to stop. They will make sure they take care of that for you, right? It really is all-encompassing. Manor Service Company, heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical work, all of it. They can handle it. So give them a call, 919-361-0993, or write down the number for those emergency moments when you need it, 919-361-0993, or ManorServices.com, MAYNOR Services.com. Now we need some numbers game contestants because we have Billy Currington with Kip Moore tickets, September 13th at Red Hat Amphitheater that need to go to one of you, but you got to earn them. You got to win. We need 2 contestants for the numbers game. Call in now, 919-860-5326. We've had a good week with the numbers game. I want you to keep it rolling. 919-860-5326. Call in to play. Numbers game next.
We've got NFL tonight on 99.9 The Fan. Presented by Wakeman.
Showtime, prime time.
Your primetime matchup is an NFC battle. Dallas and Philadelphia.
Here we go. Woo!
Pre-game starts at 7.
Y'all know what time it is, huh?
Kickoff at 8:15.
Hey, together, baby. We just do this one play at a time.
On the Triangle's home for the NFL, 99.9 The Fan.
We came here for one thing, to win.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
Whoa! Jason Kelsey just found out that NFL Sunday Ticket now lets you subscribe month to month.
Yeah!
He just realized you can join and cancel anytime.
Ha-ha! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now he just found $1 in the sofa.
Yeah!
And he just saw a great parking spot open up. Look, just because Jason's easily excited doesn't make NFL Sunday Ticket month to month any less great. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season. Cancel anytime. Terms and embargoes apply. No refunds. Commercial use excluded.
Today's real estate market can be a little challenging. That's why you need a company with both personal expertise and cutting-edge tools to deliver exceptional results. At Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate, innovative programs like Buy Before You Sell, Find It First, and their 100% money-back guarantee help you buy and sell with ease and seamlessly navigate every step of the home ownership journey. attorney. To learn why you should work with the #1 family-owned real estate firm in the country, contact an agent or visit howardhannatate.com.
Discover the value of exceptional skincare during the open house at Central Dermatology Center in Chapel Hill, Friday, September 12th from 9 to 5. Tour our newly renovated facility and enjoy open house savings to stock up on exclusive products and treatments like Botox and laser hair removal. Meet our expert team for quick consultations, chat with product reps, try samples, enjoy free refreshments, gift bags, and more. Plus, special bundle purchases support the Orange County Rape Crisis Center. We'll see you at 2238 Nelson Highway, Suite 300.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. It is time to play the numbers game. We have Josh and Raleigh. And this is, let's see if I'm saying this correctly. We have Bear. Love that. We have Bear and Clayton on the line as well. They are getting ready to battle it out in the numbers game for some Billy Currington with Kip Moore tickets. They'll get a pair if they're able to win the numbers game. Got to earn it, though. Okay, one second here. Oh, okay, hold on. My computer was acting funny, but I think I fixed it.
Okay.
All right. The numbers game here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. As always, we will bring each contestant onto the show. We will ask them a question, and Dennis will pick his favorite answer, and that person will get to go first. I think I'm ready now. All right. We'll start with, there you go. Josh and Raleigh, we'll start with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can. I really enjoyed this question the last few days, and this is probably the last day to be able to ask it. So this is a hypothetical situation where I have a fantasy football team that is drafting right now when we have to finish the draft in time for the game tonight, but I don't have a name for my team. I need you to help me name my fantasy football team. What should I name it?
Carolina Pride.
Carolina Pride. All right, Dennis, any follow-up questions? You're the judge here.
Nope.
All right, Josh and Raleigh, you are locked in. We'll go to Bear and Clayton. Bear, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, we're going to go same question to you. In this hypothetical scenario, I am currently drafting a fantasy football team to start playing tonight, and I need a fantasy football name. What should I name my team?
Well, I suppose I'll keep it PG, but how about Roid Rage?
All right, Roid Rage. Off air, tell Dennis what the non-PG version would have been. You piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, for real.
So we have Josh and Raleigh with Carolina Pride, and we have Bear and Clayton with Roid Rage. Which are you rolling with? Is he accusing me of doing steroids?
He might. I don't know.
If I do steroids to get my current physique, then I'm paying somebody a lot of money for some bad steroids. Dennis, which one are we rolling with?
I get Roid Rage.
All right.
I mean, Roid Rage is a good one. It's no Doug's Chili Dogs.
It is no Doug's.
But it's no Doug's Chili Dogs like we got yesterday. That is my official team name now. But I'm going to go Roid Rage. I'll go Bear and Clayton on this one.
All right.
Carolina Pride is a solid one, though.
Yeah, I think he was probably playing to the judge, right? You usually go local, so he was
I generally do.
But Roid Rage
is funny.
Snuck up on you. Bear and Clayton gets to go first. Josh and Raleigh, you'll have your chance to stay on hold. Bear, are you ready to pick a category?
Yes, sir.
All right, the categories are NFL all-time Cowboys and Eagles. In honor of tonight's game, they all played for the Cowboys or the Eagles. NFL players born in Iowa, NBA players with weird nicknames, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
Let's go Cowboys and Eagles.
Okay. I will give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. There'll be 30 seconds on the clock. You have one pass if you need it. Do you have any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay, I will say there's a little feedback popping up every now and then, which is fine. I think I can still hear you. But if I say, I'll just say it again. And if you hear that, just repeat what you just said. It just means I need to clarify because I didn't hear it clearly, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. With that being said, your time will start when you hear the horn. Randall Cunningham, Philadelphia Eagles.
12.
Correct. DeMarcus Ware, Dallas Cowboys.
94.
Correct. Jason Kelsey, Philadelphia Eagles.
62.
Correct. Larry Allen, Dallas Cowboys.
73.
Correct. Deuce Staley, Philadelphia Eagles.
22.
Correct.
17.5.
It's not our fastest ever, but it's pretty darn good. 17 points, whatever he said. That's unreal. Well played. I said that we've had a good run of numbers game, and I wanted to keep it rolling. I like it. Josh, that was Bear. Went with Roid Rage. Bear, congratulations on the perfect score. Stay on the line. We'll see if it holds up. Josh and Raleigh, are you there?
I am here. Should have come up with a better name. Oh, well.
Well, don't give up yet. We've seen 5 for 5s be faster than the previous 5 for 5 and get the win. We've seen it happen, so there's a chance. The categories remaining for you to choose from are NFL players born in Iowa, NBA players with weird nicknames, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
NFL players born in Iowa.
All right. I will give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. 30 seconds on the clock. 1 pass if you need it. You do need all 5 for the win, faster than the previous contestant. But even if you don't think you're going to get the time, keep going because there are other benefits for perfect scores. Any questions before we get started?
No, sir.
All right. Your time will start when you hear the horn. TJ Hawkinson, Minnesota Vikings.
87.
Correct. Kyle Orton, Chicago Bears.
18.
Correct. David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals.
32.
Incorrect. Tristan Wirfs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
77.
Incorrect. David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals.
31.
Correct. Nate Kading, San Diego Chargers.
89.
Incorrect. Tristan Wirfs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
73.
Incorrect. Nate Kading, San Diego Chargers.
Nah.
That's a good showing. That's a good showing. Don't be disappointed in that. You didn't win, so maybe be disappointed in that. But 3 out of 5, and you gave a couple good runs at Tristan Wirfs. That was well played. For those of you playing at home, Kyle Orton, we would have accepted 8 or 18. He wore both with the Bears. Wirfs, you were in the right neighborhood. You were throwing 70s out there. We needed 78 was the number we were looking for. And Nate Kading with the Chargers wore number 10. But solid showing, Josh. You didn't win, so be bummed about that. But give it another try sometime, all right?
All right, let's go NFL. Thanks for having me.
Let's go NFL. Let's go
that
team.
Should have been the team
Both
name.
teams
Let's
have
go
fun.
NFL.
That's like what was it? Rob Lowe at the NFL game with the NFL hat on, looking like a ref. Baron Clayton with the perfect score. You are the winner. Congratulations. You get yourself some Billy Currington and Kip Moore tickets. September 13th at Red Hat Amphitheater. All you have to do is stay on the line and make sure Dennis gets your information. And don't forget, tell him the one you couldn't say on air because I'm curious.
All right, brother.
All
Thanks,
right.
TD.
Appreciate it. Gosh, a perfect score. I get 1,000 times more excited for the contestant than they do when they get a perfect score. I think it's because I'm the one that sits through all of the, me saying the same 2 names over and over and over and over and over again, only for somebody to get a 0. So when I get a perfect score, it just means more over here. I'm like the SEC. It just means more. We have one more day where we will be giving out the Billy Currington with Kip Moore tickets. So tomorrow, around the same time, go ahead and make sure you tune in if you want to win those tickets. Also, on Monday, you want to make sure you're tuned in. I'll give you a specific time because you could win another great prize. Hockey fans specifically, perk up your ears. Get ready to take notes because the Sin City Skateaway is back. Starting next Monday, as I said, it's September 8th if you're looking on your calendar. Listen weekdays from noon to 6 p.m. for the hourly keyword. Then text in the keyword. Once an hour, we'll give you a keyword during the Adam Gold Show and during this show from noon to 6. We'll give you a keyword, text it in before the end of that hour, and you get another entry into the running for the ultimate Vegas hockey trip. On Monday, September 22nd, we'll pick a winner. That lucky winner will win a pair of tickets to see Carolina play Vegas at T-Mobile Arena in Vegas on October 20th, round-trip airfare for 2, and a 3-night stay at Park MGM Resort and Casino with a $400 food credit.
Let's go.
I could do some damage with a $400 food credit in Vegas.
You telling me?
I am telling you. It's exactly what I'm doing. I could do some damage. And I'd go catch a hockey game, and I'd have 3 nights, and I'd have round-trip airfare for 2. Sounds pretty good to me. Unfortunately, I can't win, but you can. So don't miss your shot at the Ultimate Hockey Getaway. Brought to you by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company. It's pretty darn cool prize.
It's pretty awesome.
And it starts on Monday when you can start getting your entries. So be tuned in Monday at noon, and then every hour from noon to 6 every weekday until I tell you to stop. With that being said, Dennis has something else he'd like to tell you.
I do. Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Loan Pronto. Folks, are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage? Maybe you're watching all your hard-earned money just vanish away every single month? Well, stop. Right now at Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no obligation quote. Imagine this: lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. Don't let high rates hold you back. Call 919-381-1760 or go to loanpronto.com right now. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, gets our NFL predictions on record. Next.
Move your sports day forward.
Currently built around unicorns like Shohei and studs like Aaron Judge, baseball getting a late-season jolt with Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh. The Carolina native now being talked about in the same breath as Mickey Mantle for a 50-home run season. It also helps his nickname's the Big Dumper. It also helps he looks like the ringer you'd play with in beer league.
Get set up. Join Next Up with Paul Ihander. Mornings at 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's bow time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's bow time.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in North Carolina. TNC supply in-app only.
Hey, folks, Dennis Cox here for my good friends over at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Folks, if you have struggled with your weight, something that I have done, especially as I've gotten into my late 30s, you definitely need to listen to this. I can say, through Raleigh Weight Loss Center and their program, I've been doing it for about a month now, just over a month. I'm down nearly 30 pounds. That's right, 30 pounds down thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center. And that's just the start. The program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center is all about resetting and restarting your metabolism. No shots, no injections, so none of those side effects. We're not doing steroids, not doing HGH. It's just your body losing a half pound to a pound a day and doing it in a way where you can also maintain that goal weight as well. That's the thing. You want to maintain that goal weight, not just get there. You want to keep it there. My clothes fit better. I have more energy. I'm sleeping a lot better thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com or give them a call. 919-897-7506. 919-897-7506. Results may vary.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. So here's the deal, everybody. The NFL starts today, assuming that there's no thunderstorm delays, which would be just an all-time buzzkill. But I guess there's bad weather expected in Philly.
Don't say that.
You think I control the weather?
I mean, you never know.
How cool would that be? Never mind. I think there's like kids movies about that.
Yeah, there are.
But either way, I guess the weather is being called for pretty bad. Some thunderstorms rolling through. According to the weather that I just Googled, it was 100% thunderstorms at 9. I think the game starts at like 8:21. So buckle up, right? You don't want anybody to be unsafe. But whenever that game is played, you can hear it right here on 99.9 The Fan. And by the time that game kicks off, we need to have our takes locked, right? We need to have our predictions in stone.
But if you don't want to worry about weather, real quick, because I know Sunday is the full day of NFL games on Sunday, come join me at the Carolina Ale House in North Raleigh. That's right off Falls and Noose. 1 o'clock kickoffs. I will be there. And, folks, this is your opportunity to get out there and possibly even win some free appetizers, because I'll be there handing out some free appetizers, some gift cards out there at the Carolina Ale House in North Raleigh, again, off of Falls and Noose. You'll have your opportunity to get out there and just sit there and just watch games. Over 50 screens for all the games for you to watch. Also, their award-winning wings, all their special appetizers, all the special foods that they have, the massive beer selection. You'll be able to get that in-stadium feel right there at Carolina Ale House this Sunday, Falls and Noose, especially for Panthers watch party, because they kick off at 1 o'clock on Sunday as well. I'll be there. You should be there as well. Carolina Ale House, North Hills, Ale yeah.
Boom. Now let's lock in some takes. Dennis, here's the question.
Okay.
Offensive Player of the Year. Go.
Saquon Barkley repeats.
I tried to pick a few that aren't like betting favorites.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua.
Oh, okay.
I think he has like a weird Cooper Kupp 2021 year, even with Devontae Adams there, where he just catches a ton of balls. And then obviously Matt Stafford would have to stay healthy for this. I don't think Jimmy G's feeding him.
I say that's my hang up on that.
Puka. Give me Pooks. Puka Shell Necklace, Puka Nacua. Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Go.
TJ Watt. TJ Watt. That defense is going to help carry that Steelers team. Do not be shocked if he has a 20-sack season, TJ Watt, to back up that massive contract he just signed.
Speaking of backing up that massive contract he just signed.
You're about to go Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year.
I felt that coming.
I just think he wants to spite Jerry Jones, and there's no motivator like spite. And then also, he's really good. So Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons. Let's go with the Rookies of the Year, shall we?
All right.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, go.
I'm going to go Travis Hunter.
Interesting.
Travis Hunter.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, because I think he's going to be their number 2 receiver. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to draw a lot of attention. I think Travis Hunter is going to get a lot of opportunities to catch a lot of passes. Don't be shocked if he works out of the slot some, too. I think Cohen, the head coach, former offensive coordinator from Tampa, is going to primarily use Travis Hunter as a wide receiver this year and spot duty I say spot duty, but sub packages on defense. So I'm going to go Travis Hunter, Offensive Player of the Year. I also feel like the NFL is going to find a way to give him an award if he plays a lot on both sides of the ball.
Perhaps. I went Omarion Hampton.
That's fair. I considered him definitely.
I think he and Ashton Genty are in for big volume. And I think Hampton will have a little bit more help from the offense around him to get that efficiency up. I'm just thinking Hampton puts up a pretty impressive rookie running back season, and it's enough for Rookie of the Year. Although, don't sleep on Tetairoa McMillan. I like that as a bet gambling-wise.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, go.
Abdul Carter, New York Giants.
Same.
I think he said that all the counting stats are going to be there. He's playing on a unit of strength of the Giants. I would not be surprised if Abdul Carter is a double-digit sack guy his rookie year.
I agree. I think there's a world where that division loses a Micah Parsons and gets a nearly as effective pass rusher. I don't think he'll be as versatile as Micah Parsons, impactful overall, but I could see him being a double-digit sack guy year in and year out. So, Abdul Carter, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year we already gave. You said
Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills.
I went Mike Vrabel with the Patriots. The last individual award, because I refuse to pick Comeback Player of the Year because it just frustrates me. MVP.
I feel like, again, this is going to be a narrative-based thing. It's going to go to Lamar Jackson.
Narrative-based?
Yes.
He needs a third?
Well, I think it's only needs a third, but it's the well, he actually had better stats than Josh Allen last year. Therefore, we need to give it to him this year to quote unquote right the wrong.
So
it's because again, voters think narrative based.
Weird quirk about me. This is one of the things I do the best predicting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I put them all on record. I'm a big deal about that. So I'm not great at picking some things. Awful at picking baseball. Have not picked a Super Bowl matchup in my career, both, but. MVP, I have a pretty high percentage.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I 100% can see it.
I only have to make one assumption, and the assumption is that he and Andy Reid make it an emphasis on throwing it deep again. And if he does that, I think his stats go through the roof. To be an MVP, probably has to have another 47-plus touchdown year to outdo the running advantages that Lamar and Josh Allen have. Mm-hmm. But I think it's possible. I think Patrick Mahomes has a very, very big year.
With Xavier Worthy there, yeah, I could see it.
Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, once he comes off of suspension. Hollywood Brown will be healthy enough while Rashee Rice is on suspension, and they'll probably pass in the night. Yeah. Hollywood Brown will get hurt right about the time Rashee Rice is coming back. Just stereotypically, that's Hollywood season. But yeah, I think it's a very big year for Patrick Mahomes. Now we have the teams. Do you want to go NFC or AFC first?
Let's go NFC.
NFC champion. Who you got?
Green Bay.
Gosh darn it, so do I.
I know you're high on Jordan Love, but I'm thinking you make the move to go get Micah Parsons. You drafted Matthew Golden in the first round, who I know you're not super high on, but
I will say this. I was not watching him in college. Did not love the tape at Texas. Mm-hmm. He's looked good this preseason. I don't know how much I'm willing to change my opinion because of preseason, but he's looked good preseason.
I mean, everything is set there for them to do something.
Was wearing a hideous number in preseason. He was wearing number 22 as a receiver.
There you go.
But he's flipped out of that. He's wearing number 0 now for the regular season.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
He'll look more sleek.
More sleek? His sleekest?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I picked the Packers to make the Super Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of on a I wasn't wrong. I was early move. I was 1 year too early on the hype train for the Packers, so I'm not getting off now. I'm sticking with it. Give me the Packers NFC champ. AFC, who you got?
Buffalo.
It's a popular pick.
About time.
Popular pick.
It's about damn time. I guess I got McDermott wins Coach of the Year. Buffalo actually finally gets there.
I have Kansas City.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of have rules. For a long time, it was don't bet against Tom Brady. You could not bet the game. You don't have to bet for him, but don't bet against him.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of that way with Patrick Mahomes. It's just he wins so darn much. I'm not betting against him. So in this, if I'm just making a pick, I'm taking the Chiefs.
That's fair.
Super Bowl champ. So your Super Bowl matchup is Packers, Bills.
Yep.
Jordan Love, Josh Allen. Matt LaFleur, McDermott. Who you got?
Give me Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. If not now, then when? If not now, then when?
Next year, the year after, the year after. He's a long-term contract guy.
If not now, then when?
I have the Chiefs.
You know what? That's totally justifiable.
I think the Chiefs make up chips on their shoulder when nobody is doubting them, and this year people are actually doubting them, which is going to turn them into some kind of a superhero. And
it's possible.
Let's be real. Travis Kelce wins the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift, she controls it. If anyone's controlling the weather, it's Taylor. It's not me.
Probably.
It's Taylor Swift. It's just going to work out that way, and then their podcast is going to go through the roof. It's just, it happens. They started a podcast, and then the brothers faced each other in the Super Bowl. Good things just happened to them. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on and get you set up for Overdrive, Tim Donnelly here for... Hold on, I just got a notification about North Carolina. Never mind, it's not that interesting. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Tim Donnelly here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Game on, everybody. Week 1 starts today, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football, everybody. It's first touchdown fireworks. It's anytime touchdown rushes. It's live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. If you're looking at tonight's game, the opener, and you're looking for a touchdown score, if the weather's not going to be great, You might think running backs. I think tight ends. Jake Ferguson, plus 255 to score a touchdown at any point in tonight's game, right? A little play action, dump off to a wide-bodied tight end. Could work out for you if the weather is bad. If not, you could just go for a running back. It's all available on DraftKings Sportsbook. Lines and odds are subject to change. New customers, I have something else for you. Bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 in over $200 off. Let me get that right. NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. As I said, your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TIMD. That's code TIMD to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-185-543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. That's going to do it for us here on The Drive, but don't worry. Overdrive is coming up next. We'll start with conversation about Bill Belichick. You may have heard he banned Patriots scouts from practice. And Bill Burr's cracking jokes. There's a lot of things going on UNC. A lot of things. And we have a reaction there. And Jason Logan from Covers.com tells you some betting insight into the NFL season, including some futures bets he likes when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Dennis, who you got tonight? Philly, Dallas.
Oh, Philly, easily.
By a bunch?
Yeah, 15.
Okay, that's a bunch. That's a bunch in the NFL. I'll go with Philly, but I think it's close. I'm hoping for it. Weather's the great equalizer. They win by 5. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, done for today. We'll see you tomorrow to round out the week. Have a great night, everybody.
The road to college football's national championship runs through 99.9 The Fan. All the best teams, all the cool traditions, and all the touchdowns.
Lopez in the pistol with Hood behind him. He will hand to him. Hood right side. Slithers through and powers home. Touchdown, Carolina. What a start for Belichick in the heel.
College football on The Fan is powered by Roofworks and